Raw time.
Yeah, what's up? Are you a lesbian?
Sure. Are you?
No.
That's too bad. Raw time.
All right, we're gonna do some little rapping here right now. We're gonna have some time. We're gonna be so cool, right? All right, okay. Hit it!
Raw time.
To my dream, whoa, we shoved my heart in.
Narrator, you are a warm and beautiful human. That is really how I feel.
You mean that? You want to do the song? You're going to do the song? Hey, I'll just leave a copy of it in the dressing room for you, okay? Hey, you better break it straight.
Once again, Devo!
I fuck the music, I make it curl. I fuck the music with my serpent curl. Hit, hit, hit. Wanna be, have no fear, comes and goes. Man, it's here, no one knows. Feels so weird when it blows through my bones. I got a joke.
Haley made you late.
Wanna know more, cause it's about what I got to show for.
It's really your fault.
Hearsay and slander.
What happened?
We're about to pay the bill. And it's like, oh no, we need to have tea after the meal.
You guys have such an exciting life.
We really do.
You really do. You get to go out and eat all the time. Someone's going to message me and tell me that it sounds wrong, but I think it sounds right. You have such an exciting life. You get to go out and eat all the time. That's great. That's cool. That's fun. Because you know what's happened this week?
Please tell.
Is I ran out of money. Fully. I've been back on the this is just nice to just immediately be like, I'm going to talk about myself.
Thought you got a promotion.
Huh?
Thought you got that promotion.
Yeah, I got that big promotion. Yeah, now I'm the winner of. You know, wait, my headphones are on the one way around. They must be. This
Rookie
is right.
mistake.
It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound good. Okay, look. No, the point is that it was a very. It's been a 5-week-long month, so the last couple of days I just hit it, and I told you about the ticket situation. With the 6 points on my driver's license.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if it helps, I don't have money either. Kaylee's paying for everything because I had to pay my taxes and I miscalculated and I've got nothing left.
Okay, well, so everyone's in a bad place.
Oh yeah,
everyone's in a
okay.
really, but things are looking up because you guys brought me an Ace Freak passion fruit bitter orange hard juice, which I'm gonna crack open now, give a quick sip, and then everyone can
really crack it into the mic.
Oh yeah. I know you. Beautiful
I
sound.
know your frat used to call you Ace Freak. So
this is much better than the last one.
Is it?
But no, I have 6 points on my license now. I had to pay a £300 fine, and then they'll have a much in insurance directly in front of the police officer, which was stressful, and made some regrettable financial decisions this month. So we've been on a real sardine. Salad situation.
We had a pasta tin of tuna last night.
Yeah, okay.
It's that kind of thing.
Nice and lean at the end of January, but the money's coming through tomorrow, so I'm feeling good. I'm excited. How about both of you?
Well, I get paid mid-month, so I'm still depressed for a bit.
Okay, Kaylee.
I'm all right. I'm just sort of trying to muster up the energy and courage to make it to spring.
Why? Spring is just spring is.
Oh, I love spring.
Really?
I need it. Ugh. I want the fucking warm. I want the green things.
Wasn't it supposed to be a music show? Before you guys start talking about your lives. That's not what I do. That's not what I do at all. No, we got a great show today. I hope you guys have brought your water bottle based fiction.
I have, yeah.
Well, Kaylee did as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Good, because it's part of it, and you've got some kind of soundscape for it.
You know what? No, let me find.
Okay, you've got
right
time.
now.
You've got time. I've got an exciting episode. It makes me cringe because it sounds like an NTS thing. And we're gonna be listening to some Balkan Garage. I ages ago got really into this Greek house garage band called Pascalis and the Olympians, who just do there was everyone else around the world just did covers of American garage rock songs, but in their own respective languages. And there's a lot that's been put out there about Cumbria and the sort of South American bolero heartbreak stuff, which is great, and I love that. But it's not Greek enough, and so today we've got an extremely highbrow selection of garage rock from the sort of Balkan region, predominantly Greek, but I got another couple little small ones in there. And that's to match what I imagine the rest of will be an extremely lowbrow episode. I mean, I specified last week you didn't have to bring pornography fiction to the table, but a part of me suspects that you probably did.
It's at least pornography adjacent.
Okay, porn adjacent.
I know
perfect.
that you're my main audience member, so.
And what else have we got? Oh, buddy, I've got some Roy Orbison tracks at the end, accompanied with a really nice David Lynch interview about him, because we didn't do anything special for that. And last week was just Away with the Fairies. I haven't actually listened to last week's episode, but apparently it was quite good. It's because
who said it was good?
Well, no, but it was fair enough. Blaze was upset because I cut the show off really early, like,
yeah.
not in the thing, and then I felt bad. Like I was like, oh, I can't really ask him for the recorder, whatever. I thought it was good. No one was listening. I don't think anyone was listening last
Why
week.
could you not ask him?
I did ask him.
Oh.
We're gonna get it, and we can listen to it. 'Cause I didn't want to. What was the one you read? You read the doo-wop speed quote. You read the come in the exhaust pipe thing last week. Yeah. Okay. Great. So
I love that.
I have some more of that in the bank.
Yes.
We'll get on to that.
I'm
I've
glad.
got. You know what I've also got is I've got some sincere fiction that, God forbid, I might publish on my.
Ooh.
I might be putting. Oh, I can't even say it. I might be putting on my Substack this. I'm going to be putting it on my Substack this week for everyone to read. And I'm in the mood now where it's when it comes out, when it's ready to go, it's coming. It's all coming on this show. Everything's coming on this show. We're not talking about what it is, but you're getting a direct line right to the juice, right to the good stuff. I'm not sitting on it anymore. We're clearing the deck from the pornography I wrote when I was 16 to the boring, miserable man shit I'm writing now. It's all coming out.
That's why they call you Ace Freak.
That's why they call me Ace Freak. Yes! Yes! So everyone had a great week. No one don't call in. Listen. Open your ears. What's the name of the show? You can hear the drops now. Give me some crap.
Am I turned up now?
Yeah, you're turned up.
I noticed how I was
hit me
muted.
with one.
This program is called Return.
Yeah,
to
great. Stormies.
From heaven, love αγαπάς, όταν με φυλάς, το πόσο με ζητάς. Αγαπώ τον τρόπο που χτυπάει η καρδιά σου, όταν βρισκόμαι μες στην αγκαλιά σου. Αγαπώ τον τρόπο που χτυπάει η καρδιά σου, όταν βρισκόμαι μες στην αγκαλιά σου. Σ' αγαπώ γιατί τα μάτια σου είναι πιο γαλάζια κι απ' τον ουρανό. Αγάπη μου, πόσο με σκεφτέσαι, πόσο μ' αγαπάς, γιατί δεν μου το λες. Αγάπη μου, πόσο με σκεφτέσαι, πόσο μ' αγαπάς, γιατί δεν μου το λες. Εσένα είσαι πια για μένα αυτή που αγαπώ. Αγάπη μου, πόσο με σκεφτέσαι, πόσο μ' αγαπάς, γιατί δεν μου το λες. Αγάπη μου, πόσο με σκεφτέσαι, πόσο μ' αγαπάς, γιατί δεν μου το λες. attın beni. Seni kimler değiştirdi? Yüreğinden attın beni. Bir ateşe attın beni. Alev alev yaktın beni. Bir ateşe attın beni. Alev alev yaktın beni. Değersizsin benim aşkım. Yalanlara kattın beni. Değersizsin benim aşkım. Yalanlara kattın beni. Dost üzülüp düşman güler. Böyle derde gülünür mü? Bilseydim hiç sever miydim? Aşkın sonu bilinir mi?
It's gonna explode in there. It's gonna explode in there. Yeah. Hello, surely everyone who would be chiming in has chimed in by now. I'm hoping. I'm just saying, because you've been carrying it in a bag that's going to explode all over the table, and then you're going to ruin the lovely studio.
It's very pessimistic of you.
You know what you're listening to? You're listening to Return to Sensation. It's a program which is only live and is on weekly on W1 Radio. I didn't fucking do it! I didn't do it. I haven't spoken about what the show's about. I'd like us all to give a big appreciation for how difficult that's been. Instead, what did I say just earlier? That it's going to be an unfiltered, non-stop. It's just coming out of here and going into here, which I think makes me less self-centered as a person throughout the rest of the week, because I get to channel it into this day, and then the rest of the week I just don't talk about any of my problems. Yeah, because you guys have spent time with me outside of this. I'm you know, it's never.
It's like, well, I like how you said
Keep
before
going,
that,
Jimmy.
you know, you
Right.
save your anger for those close to you, the outlet.
Fucking out me like that on this show.
Pretty sure you said that last
Yeah,
week.
I know. I think I said what, that you save your anger for the people that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Come on.
That's nice.
I don't think it's nice. I think it's a problem. I think it's something that needs to be fixed. Anyway, the show is still only live. It's staying that way, but I think as these episodes are getting more competent, I'm feeling like more. But I'm doing it. I'm talking about the show. I'm feeling like I can post more. And if you haven't already, if you go onto my YouTube channel, Sensation Boys, which you can find from sensationboys.com, or you can find on my Instagram by following @sensationboys.
Follow me on Instagram.
There you go. I was just waiting for it to happen. I was bathing it. You can listen to some of the highlights from past episodes, which has the original me depressingly explaining what the point of the show is. It's got some stuff from another one of the early episodes, which you may have missed, and it's going to be on a weekly basis, posting stuff from the backlog of the show that I'm slowly getting through.
It is our pleasure always to co-create these transmissions with each and every one of you.
I need new ones.
I've been working on the story you gave me to do.
All right, everyone gets homework. If you missed last week, we also have this new segment that we need to think of a better name for than story time. That's a bit corny. But everyone gets a prose challenge every week. The more horny, the better. It doesn't have to be, though. I do keep stressing that. But
You're just saying that like to be so it's not weird, but you really,
yes, it's
but
not
you
weird.
do.
No,
you
the
want
point
that.
is this was all inspired by a recent revelation about writing silly prose, as I did so much of as a teenager, as a means of getting an excuse to write prose without having to put myself on the line or take myself too seriously. And then it's very liberating, and that hopefully we can start encouraging people to write their own fucking silly stories, to send them in. And we can read them, because that's what people just really want to hear, right? They don't want to hear all this good music. They just want to hear us read through. But I thought it was quite successful last week with your rendition of that the car fucker story.
I thought it was great. I'm a big proponent of storytelling.
Good. So we're going to keep playing some songs. What did I write here? Oh, Serious Pros. I'm going to listen to some Serious Pros later, guys. It's going to be good.
Have you got some pros for us today?
Yeah. Wait, no, I do. Well, this is the thing. Is
One
I
of
wasn't
the
sure.
one of the silly ones.
Yeah, one of the sick. Come on. I got some good ones as well. I got a sensible one. And I don't care what you think about it. Or anyone.
All right.
That's why it's going on the Substack, which you can also find via my website. So you haven't got any new drops because you've been doing homework. You've been working on the film as well, just to update everyone, because that's what this show is about. That's what the show is about, is letting everyone know what everyone's been doing the entire time this week. Did I already? Come on.
Yeah, let's get in depth into the timeline clearing. I've been organizing audio tracks.
Okay, that's fun.
It's fun.
Kaylee, what have you been up to?
I'm starting to make new things for myself. It's happening. Things are growing. They're coming out of the ground.
You're really on this spring kick today, aren't you?
She just grinds herself into. She'll get up, like smash a couple hours work without a break, and then just be like, just sleep the rest of
What's
the day.
wrong with
without
that?
frustration.
That's a perfectly fine way to work.
You just don't know how many hours Kaylee sleeps per day. It's got.
But she's always so.
It's at least like
vibrant
16.
and awake.
I know, but
fuck you.
She's always so sprightly and active.
Slightly
I've never
worrying.
seen this woman tired in my life.
Slightly concerning.
Yeah. Well, what did we say last week? That there might be some kind of condition that it has a sort of thing that she should check out.
Yeah, well, I think you probably have mono or something. Or I think
mono. That was
it. I think
mono.
it's just depression.
You got to be careful, Evelyn. You got to be careful. She's got mono.
What?
Depression's not real. She's got mono. It's not real. You've just got to get up and go to work
sip of beer.
and believe in yourself and others. How are you liking the music so far?
It is cool and
Pretty
groovy.
right?
Pretty fucking groovy.
Pretty highbrow, dare I say so myself. Kind of. I actually found a lot of these through a blog that tracks specifically Greek, like 45-inch records, and then uploads them to YouTube with these like weird PowerPoint presentation accompaniment videos. Like it's like, because Greece is, no offense really, but Greece is like perpetually stuck in 2008. So everything runs and plays like, like, so it's like very much like you watch these like YouTube videos where it's like Windows Movie Maker graphics, and this guy just uploads old 45s, which is amazing. So I'm going to put a link to that, and then if you guys want to listen to more, you can listen to more that way, but I think we should listen to more now. I think that sounds like a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the energy and support, Evelyn?
Rock it, man. I know you will.
That's it. All right. Okay, let's get on to a bit more garage. Whoa. You know what I mean when I say garage.
Garage.
Not like UKG, like garage rock.
I don't know if I know the exact definition of that.
Well, let me tell you. Where do you think it comes from? The fact that these bands were mostly cover bands who practiced in their garages.
Right, so it really is that straightforward.
It really is that straightforward. We learn something new every day. All right. Oh, cool. That's crackly. If anyone thinks it's particularly crackly at home, please let me know. I haven't had any feedback yet, which I usually assume is right. We're going to listen to a bit more music and continue on with this extremely rapid programming. Rapid.
Τώρα που είναι άνοιξη και τα λουλούδια ανθίζουν, οι νύχτες με ζαλίζουνε, τα αγόρια όταν σφυρίζουν. Κι όσους τα βράδια συναντώ, μου λένε καλησπέρα, μα εγώ δεν έχω τι να πω. Σφυρίζω στον αέρα. Κάπου υπάρχει αγάπη, μα δεν ξέρω ποια είναι. Κάπου υπάρχει αγάπη, μα δεν ξέρω πού. Θα τη γυρέψω στα χαρτιά, θα τη γυρέψω Κι όταν τη βρω στορκίζομαι. Πώς θα ντυθώ, πώς θα ντυθώ μες στα άσπρα. Τη γυρέψω στα άστρα κι όταν τη βρω στορκίζομαι. Πώς θα ντυθώ, πώς θα ντυθώ μες στα
Κάποιο βράδυ στο σκοτάδι μ' άφησες και πήγες μακριά κι είμαι μόνος με ένα δάκρυ στο πρόσωπο μου να κυλά. Γύρισε ξανά κοντά μου, μην αφήνεις την καρδιά μου να πονά, να χτυπά, σ' αγαπώ. Αν σε χάσω πώς θα ζήσω, έλα πεις αγάπη μου γλυκιά, μην μ' αφήνεις να θυμάμαι τη χαμένη μας χαρά. Γύρισε ξανά κοντά μου, μην αφήνεις την καρδιά μου να πονά, να χτυπά, σ' αγαπώ. Αν σε χάσω πώς θα ζήσω, έλα πεις αγάπη μου γλυκιά, μην μ' αφήνεις να θυμάμαι τη χαμένη μας χαρά.
Fill us in, Miss Legal Expert.
All right, well, what I read on their website, past the headline, which you obviously didn't do, is
Jesus
that,
Christ.
I didn't. You're right. I just signed my name. I'm sorry. Okay, the cinema that I've loved since I was a teenager. You know what? I think they should close it. I'm gonna say it right now. I think they should close it. I have no interest. Movie's done. It's over. The only people who go are insufferable nerds. I have no interest.
You got a point.
I'd love to. The last time Alex and I went to go see The Warriors was one of the most disenchanting and miserable experiences ever.
Really?
It was like all right.
Wait, was it the
Okay,
weird Warriors with like the comic book thing?
No.
Okay,
No.
right.
No. Okay, wait. Can we just clarify for the record? Obviously, I'll put it in the thing. I already dropped it in the chat, but like, please sign the petition to save the Prince Charles. It's the best cinema in London, possibly one of the best cinemas in the world. We're all huge fans of it here. That being said, the clientele in the age of Letterboxd has gotten to such an excruciating degree that if you really want the turbo people watching experience, sit in the fucking lobby and listen to the words said by guys coming out to their dates, and you will rip your fucking ears off and never want to see or make a film again. The thing about The Warriors that bummed me out is like, I think it's the Mystery Science Theater is like the origin of it, but you know what I mean, where it's like the idea that like this would always, so we go to the Halloween horror screening marathon every year, and there's always this thing of like it's this kind of, okay, it's a midnight marathon, so people are going to make jokes, people are going to, I know I'm just ragging on people having fun again, people are going to have fun, they're going to have a good time, they're going to make jokes about the film, that's fine, that's okay, but it's not a fucking commentary thing, right? Okay, it's not a nostalgia critic video. You're all sitting there, and what will happen every Halloween without failure is there'll be one guy who's like convinced that he's like super funny and everyone needs to hear what he has to say.
More than one.
And more than one. There'll be several guys, and they'll all kind of just like speak just a little bit loud because they want everyone around to hear their jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sort of like it's ruining the experience of like you're literally paying money to go watch a film. And then we're going to see The Warriors, which is like one of my favorite films ever, was like, I took Alex to see it. He'd never seen it before. It's fucking dated because it's a movie from the 70s. When I say dated, I just mean in the sense that it's like a little goofy and over the top at parts, but it's a tense film. It's a tense and brilliant film. And we were there, and it was like people were just like, I can't even explain it, just like shitting all over it the whole time, or like laughing at just like laughing at nothing, you know, where it was like laughing like, no, look, it's old, and it's like, yeah, it was made a long time ago, like what the fuck, and it pissed me off because like the best scene in that film where they're on the train at the end, and like they like pull back into Coney Island, they look out, and Coney Island's just this massive shithole, and then they're just like, oh, we did all of. We just like nearly died all of those times just to come back to this awful trash heap, and it's like the point of it's like the whole like poignant point of the film, and people were just like laughing, but in that like very performative, strange way, like the whole time, because it just, I don't know, it looked a bit silly, or they were wearing vests. I couldn't even. It got to the point where Alex and I were just like, we don't understand.
So they were reading it as really the film was being serious.
Well, no, but they it's just this kind of like total.
Well, it's like they have to be smarter than the film.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
they have to constantly like acknowledge that they're somehow smarter or more intelligent than the film is. When that's like not the fucking point.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It misses the
You can tell
entire
that they shot a lot
point.
of this stuff in certain locations that really work.
But the thing is with it is that like you don't want to gatekeep it. You want that stuff to have as much access to people as humanly possible, but also at the same time programmers need to kind of not everything has to be a midnight movie. It can just be a good film. If it's past a certain, it can just be a good film. And not every film has to be flawless.
I'm picturing all these like Christopher Nolan boys saying that. I don't know.
I guess so. And then like all of their sort of like poor girlfriends they dragged along to watch The Warriors, which is, you know, about as not that I know. I think it just. Yeah, it's that thing. It's the same thing with people who, you know, like you watch a film and there's, I'd say there's certain.
It has a gang on roller skates.
Yeah, like.
I mean, it's just a silly.
But that's the thing. I don't think it's a silly film. It is objectively, yes, the roller skate guys are fucking silly, but like it's sold 100%. It's sincere. Like it's not like oh, look at how we're not. Yeah. They're not like trying to make a midnight
Saying
movie.
it's silly isn't to discredit everything else.
It's a brilliant piece of cinema, Evelyn.
I don't disagree with you. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Also, great soundtrack.
Amazing soundtrack.
Really good soundtrack.
Joe Walls, rock and roll. Yeah, no, I like that. But I think it's difficult because now I'm showing myself and I'm like, well, what do I want? What do I want? Am I just going to bitch and moan the whole time? I think I want curators to just be mindful of that like what comes with the territory of that. Like the best thing about the Prince Charles is that it is accessible, that everyone goes, and that it is a thing that lots of people know about. And I think that's something that needs to be preserved. And one of the things I love about the curation there is it never feels like it's what I'm complaining about is effectively the thing that is good about it, is that it's not some fucking curated Instagram whatever bullshit. It's just a cinema that
I'm going to give it 5
genuinely
bags of
wants
popcorn.
everyone to go to it and see as many films as possible. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt.
It
That's
also
why
doesn't
it needs
feel
to be
like
protected.
Intimidating like the BFI. No shade to the BFI, but it doesn't feel like an intimidating space. Like it's a very comfortable.
Like
space
it doesn't need
for
to feel like
everyone.
it's being smart. With
Yeah.
like, oh, we're showing Tarkovsky and it's all fancy.
But I think
It's
that's
like,
what frustrates me about the audience feeling like they're smart. Is that
Yes.
actually the fucking...
I think that's just people.
But the PCC does play Tarkovsky.
No, but that's what I'm. But it doesn't do it.
No, and
yeah,
it's nothing to do with the cinema. It's just that it happens to be the biggest, most accessible one, and it happens to be my favorite. And I find myself the last couple times I've come out of it, just desperately trying to get as far away from the foyer as quickly as possible, because the idea of overhearing conversations there just makes me want to fucking never make another film.
When are
again.
they going to ban popcorn from movie theaters? Why are we eating food that's named after it sounding loud?
Okay.
We put all this effort into the mix, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, let me just stuff my face.
Yeah, you want.
I am
Why
quite
do you need to
sentimental
eat?
about their popcorn because I really dislike movie popcorn because I grew up in the States, and
Oh,
if you've
the
ever
liquid
had
butter.
movie popcorn in the States, I apologize. It's a fucking crime.
It's fluorescent yellow.
It's disgusting. And so I had never had nice movie popcorn until I came here to the Prince Charles, in fact, and Ev begged me to share.
What did we
a bag
see?
of
Do you remember what we
popcorn.
saw? Our
Did we
first
see
trip?
the Black Cat?
Oh, I think it might have been
the
that.
Black Cat.
Yeah. That was a fun
great.
one. That's
It
a
was
cool
like
one.
Bela Lugosi versus
What's his
Black
name?
Cat.
Is it Carl something?
sort of like OG cinema Frankenstein.
Yeah,
Fuck,
cool.
I'm forgetting the
That was a good
actor's
Christopher
name.
Lee.
Not
No,
Christopher
he's
Lee.
not
Before
Frankenstein, he's,
Before Christopher Lee.
Oh,
This is like it was like 20s or 30s.
Who died? He
Boris
died.
Karloff?
Boris Karloff.
Yes,
Boris Karloff.
yeah,
Yes, it was
I knew that
Bela
was
Lugosi
coming.
versus
He died, of
Boris
course he did.
Karloff.
They just they were just walking around in
But
bathrobes.
it's a great
It
film.
was
It's
great.
just like they have a face-off, like a big satanic face-off. It's great.
But all of my best cinema experiences have been at that cinema. It's why
Yeah.
it needs to be protected, and I just needed to vent about that stuff. Okay, I take it back. I love that place. I don't want it to go. It's one of my favorite
You
things
just
about
hate
this part
the
of London.
people.
Yeah, I just hate the people.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
fair.
hate the people, and they make me want to stop making art.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking so unbearably thick.
It does have that, but it also
So does
makes
every
me
cinema.
feel.
So does every
It makes
cinema.
me feel bad of those people though, because I'm like, oh yeah, like there's really such a low bar.
I have
for
to admit,
for a lot of the audience.
there is a low bar. Yeah, no. Which is reassuring, but also a little.
But I'm
bit.
not making stuff for them.
Yeah,
we'll leave that
making
to
it- that's
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. No. Okay. Why you've got?
He
like it.
triggers me.
No, I know he does, but that's just because we went to uni. I feel like if you didn't have all the
Oh, I'm
context,
so.
you'd appreciate that some of
I'm
those
so
films.
smart at putting all these like contrived gimmicks in my film.
Yeah, of course you don't like it. It's
Yeah.
not made for you. It's not made.
There
for
you go.
It's not for me. It's for fucking Oh, look at this chase. I love this. Spitfires, which is great. I do. I
Oh,
love
do you know
those
how
things.
the timelines?
Cool.
Stop.
I thought that one was crazy.
You can tell that they shot a lot of this
Did
stuff.
you see that one?
Which one?
With a Tenet with the.
I did not watch that.
That was nuts. No, I don't mean in like necessarily like a good or a bad way. I just mean it was like I was like watching it like what the. Like he just he was just really like into this one idea
Maybe
about
I should
how
watch
it
that
worked,
one.
and the whole film is just him like trying really hard to explain it to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? This is not. It like ceases to be fun at a certain point. You're like, just stop. But there's a cool, there's a cool chase with a fire truck in it,
Ooh.
fire engine in it.
That's what cinema's all
I
about.
loved it. I loved
it's
it.
romantic, and it's a lot of romance and.
Well, I feel like it's time to say what the show is again.
Yeah.
It's Return to Sensation. You're listening to Return to Sensation. This week we're playing some music from the Balkan region. I wish I could have done some research to explain the stuff behind these songs or even bothered to learn what the lyrics meant. But I hate to tell you guys, this week I've been busy with some Ev. Ask me how I've been doing.
How's your week been?
Oh, don't even get me started.
Hey, Jamesy.
It turns out I may have a stomach ulcer.
No way.
Wait.
You owe me
No
so much money,
way.
Evelyn.
At dinner,
I swear to fucking God.
I owe Kaylee money. At dinner, I said, when I spoke to you yesterday, you said like, oh, I've been through it the past couple of days. And then Kaylee was like, oh, what do you think it is? And I said, I bet it was migraines. And then Kaylee said, nah, I bet it's another ulcer. And she got it.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Oh, this
So
is becoming
predictable.
such a joke. Yeah, it really is. It turns out the trucker lifestyle of just eating tins of sardines and naproxen all day is not good. And now I can't take my favorite one anymore. And I had to poo in a bunch of cups today to be sent off for examination.
Oh, Jimmy.
And I could have just told them that it already looks like molten lava. They don't need to send it to a lab. They just need to give me some fucking pills. Where else am I going to talk about this? Am I going to talk about it to my friends? Yes, you're all listening. Mama, my stomach don't feel so good. You need more true crime drops in there.
I'll get some.
There aren't many like other. There's probably some good snippets. Mama. Yeah, that's a bit of a deep cut there.
Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Just take like unconsenting 999 calls of like people getting murdered?
You know I wouldn't say no to that. Did we just listen to Downs that we did? Oh, I like this next one that's coming up. This one's going to be good. We're going to play some more music.
Oh, you got a good one?
Yeah, I can't believe how much money did you bet on it?
We didn't get
I think
that
it was
far.
just a $5. In all seriousness, are you okay?
No.
Jesus.
That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. This is what I keep telling people. And they keep being like, oh, how you do? This happens to me all the time at work, where it's like...
I have no
everyone's
sympathy.
like, how you doing? And it's just obviously a social nicety to be like, oh, how's it going? Like, whatever. And I'm like, you know, I'm honest. And I'm like, oh, I'll be real with you. All of this rough shit is happening. And then I'll be like, oh my God, that's terrible. So can I get those hours on that other day I wanted? And you're like, I'm nothing! I need to separate this the way you see me, clearly you don't see me as a person fully. Now that the positions have changed, now that the roles have switched. So that's why I have to come and talk about it on this show.
You're bourgeoisie now.
I'm not bourgeoisie. It's just a case of just like everyone is, I think with any job where everyone is strung out and tired all the time, you come in singularly thinking about the one thing you need.
Now someone's going to do a coup.
And then no one's cooing! No one's cooing. No one's cooing. Ha! So you come in and you talk about your problems, and then everyone's like, "Oh my God, oh that sounds terrible." So like, I can get the Thursday off next week, and you're like, "Yeah, you can get the fucking Thursday off. That's fine. Of course you can." And the worst part is that kind of thing is the getting other people what they need is the most rewarding part of the job. But what about me?
Yeah, but,
what about fucking me?
Yeah, but you know how you like don't hang out with your friends because you're just working all the time?
Yes. No.
Yeah,
shut
maybe
up.
that's because they're your co-workers and not your friends.
Can we get you another ace freak, Jim?
Wait, how many did you? What?
No, we just got.
Well, don't fucking taunt me with that shit.
I will go get you one
No,
if
you
you
don't need
want
to get
one.
me. I've got other stuff here. I just need to unwind. That's what this is all about. Is unwinding. We're gonna listen to some more music. We're gonna. I'm gonna read your water stories.
Oh yeah.
You guys, I hope you have a new thing, a theme for me to cook something up for you.
We'll see what comes up.
I mean, because I want to put it in the chat, and then if anyone has a really good story, I can read on that. I'll do that.
I love this idea though. I'm down to keep doing.
We're gonna keep doing it. It's great. It's a content factory. And then if we're doing it for time, I've got I did a little bit of a proof of one of the old stories.
Yes.
Just maybe added some basic.
Part of the high school series.
Yeah, well, the high school story, and I got a little bit of a soundscape for that as well. If you'd like to read that, you don't have to read the whole thing. So it's pretty hefty. We could just do it chapter by chapter, week by week. You know, just sort of tease.
Keep them on edge.
Keep everyone on edge. Get everyone kind of horny, but not really. Okay, music time. Is it coming through, Kaylee? I hope you're monitoring. How's stuff been sounding so far?
P.O.K.
Oh, that's the crackling. Give it a second. Yeah, it's coming through. Yeah.
σαν από παιδιά, φίλοι μέσα απ' την καρδιά. Φίλε μου, φίλε, σ' αγαπούσα πάντα το ίδιο κι εσύ μου το είχες δείξει απ' την αρχή. Φίλε μου, φίλε, κάποια μέρα μου είπες κοφτά, φεύγω φίλε για χαρά. Φίλε μου, φίλε, κι από τότε δεν σε είδα ξανά, που είσαι φίλε πουθενά. Φίλε μου, φίλε, που είσαι τώρα φίλε, φίλε αληθινέ, που σου είχαν εμπιστοσύνη κι όπως κάποτε να σου λέω τα βάσανα μου και εσύ να τα ακούς και να κλαις. Μια γυναίκα είναι φίλη καλή, 2-3 μέρες το πολύ. Φίλε μου, φίλε, δεν θα έπρεπε να χαλάσεις γι' αυτή μια φιλία τόσο δυνατή. Φίλε μου, φίλε, που είσαι τώρα φίλε, φίλε αληθινέ, που σου είχαν εμπιστοσύνη κι όπως κάποτε να σου λέω τα βάσανα μου και εσύ να τα ακούς και να κλαις. Μαύρη κάλτσα και μπότα στενή, ξανθό μαλλί κι από την πρώτη στιγμή ήμουν κιόλα τρελός για τη Λόλα. Και πλησιάζω με προσοχή, τη ρωτώ το όνομά της να μου πει πρώτα απ' όλα. Τι λένε η Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα. Λόλα της λέω μ' αρέσεις πολύ, θα ήθελα να πάμε για χώρο μαζί. Λα λα Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα. Και δεν χρειάστηκε καλά να σκεφτεί, φύγαμε πιασμένοι αγκαλιά μαζί με τη Λόλα. Λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα. Και χορεύαμε όλη τη βραδιά, κάποιος από τα παιδιά πήγε κάτι να μου πει. Τη Λόλα πρόσεχε γιατί, μα δεν ακούω τον κόσμο εγώ, ποτέ κοπέλα λίγο θα βρω σαν τη Λόλα. Λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα. Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα. Κοντά μιλάει, χαμόγελάει, μου λέει κρυφά, εάν θέλεις κι εσύ, θα είμαι δική σου μέχρι το πρωί. Νομίζω δεν πάει καλά, γιατί όλοι μου λένε πρόσεχε καλά με την όλα. Λα 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 λόλα. Και δεν μπορούσα να το φανταστώ, πως μπορεί να ήταν αλήθεια αυτό για την όλα. Λα 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 λόλα. Και χορεύαμε όλη τη βραδιά, κάποιος από τα παιδιά πήγε κάτι να μου πει, η Λόλα πρόσεχε γιατί. Μα τώρα το ξέρω και προσέχω πολύ τα κορίτσια που έχουνε βοριά φωνή σαν τη Λόλα. Λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα, Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα, Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα, λα 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 Λόλα.
It reminds you of the National, all the talking about the PCC, you said.
Yes, it does.
Uh,
Just from what you told me about how you feel about some of the
Patrons.
guests. Yes.
Some of the patrons.
Because we have a very similar thing at the National.
You
where-
work at the National Gallery. Sorry, I keep
Unfortunately.
it. I think it's nice that it sounds like we're just hanging out as friends, but maybe we should explain things to everyone.
I suppose.
Where do you work, Kaylee?
I work at the National Gallery.
What's your full address?
Oh.
Go on, sorry. Continue.
And patrons will come in and ask me where the sunflowers are. And aside from the fact that the Van Gogh exhibition has just closed, which was hell on fucking earth, just from being a front of house staff member during that period, guests will come in and will be hell-bent on seeing the sunflowers, which are currently not on display. And then become incensed when I tell them this. However, for all of the National Gallery's faults, the one thing they do have is a very extensive and up-to-date catalog on every single one of their paintings and whether or not that painting is on or off display.
Okay.
And
It's like one
updates
Google search.
immediately.
Alright, yeah.
It will immediately update if they take a painting off display for whatever
What about
reason.
the people that you tell that and then they argue?
Well, they argue.
Well, the
but
website's wrong.
It's
The
not
website's
Yeah,
wrong.
but I came all this way.
I know.
I said this at the doctor's earlier. I drove all the way across London to get here, and you sent me to the wrong surgery.
It happens.
Maybe I should have read
But
the
I
address
asked
a little closer.
ChatGPT and they said they were here. So.
Oh, what's the...
Oh, I did have someone say that they asked AI whether or not a painting was in this gallery. It was not. It was in a gallery
Robot's
in
a bit
LA.
smarter than you, Kaylee. Robot's smarter.
But the painting's not there. It's in LA. It might have been at the National in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Might have been there. But people do get incensed. And I'm like, if you came all this way to see this painting, which is just not the best painting in the world.
Do your research.
Yeah,
Also,
it's like,
you
do
always tell them
look
they
it
have
up.
other Van Goghs.
There's other Van Goghs.
There's
I tell
plenty
them all
of
the
cool
time.
stuff, but they don't care about that.
They don't give a
It's
shit
all
about anything
the
else.
photo with the
They gotta have
sunflowers.
the photo with the sunflowers, and it drives me
Just opened your
insane.
email, Kaylee. I like this.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. So okay. This is nice. This is already a nice and alternative take on the subject. And then it's not. Wait, where's the pornography? I don't understand it. No, this is great. What was the topic? It was water bottles.
just water
After that
bottles.
rather asinine game last week, of
Yes.
which you'd fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to just bring. I can't childish. But I've got Kaylee's submission, which is these movie reviews of Smart Water, the film. I take it, or just the core concept of Smart Water. 3 stars, standing ovations at the Odeon Lux from every graphic bold typeface. That's one for you, typeface heads out there. 2 stars, most devastating homage film since Tarantino flushed a toilet. 3 Stars, the first and probably the last neo-noir where our hero drowns in his wife's tepid electrolytes. 2.
I'm going to give it 5 bags.
That's perfect for this. 2 stars, the real horror comes from the banality of the lead's performance. Their utterly sexless descent down the staircase a la Sunset Boulevard's Gloria Swanson displays a clumsy ode to cinema's starlit past. Our only close-up being an empty flat cap tube rolling over DeMille's grave.
It's romantic and it's...
You really don't like Smart Water. That was your least favorite last week, wasn't it? 2 stars. Pulled by the riptides of Coca-Cola, wealth without taste is the only boy the audience clings to. Understand the lead's on-screen companionship. 4 stars. The final. A breathtaking deep dive into the waters of film. I've never felt so hydrated. Kaylee, this was shockingly relevant this week in terms of our movie review complaining, but thank you for that. That was nice. That was good. This is what we want to see, more dynamic approaches to it. You know, because obviously, as I said,
like that concept.
I like that concept an awful lot. I like that. I like the movie reviews of the film Smart Water, but it doesn't have to be porn. Guys, it doesn't have to be porn. I'm very happy with that. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh yeah, I'm deeply embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed? That's the whole point of this program.
I was telling this to Ev
That's right,
earlier.
there's like
I
5
haven't
people
shared
listening.
my word in a
Look,
very long
even
time
though the stakes
to
are
anyone.
non-existent, we're still
That's
gonna
good,
feel.
but that's why it's got to come out of your brain.
but we're still gonna feel horribly insecure.
Onto the program. It's all right. You got a week to recover, and then the week after, we're gonna ramp up the pressure again. I'm gonna make it about something really serious.
I love it. Yeah, whatever you want. I mean, you can't get much of a worse brief than water bottles. So
okay. Jesus Christ, Evelyn.
Oh, mine's a bit of a long one.
That's okay. You got your soundscape ready.
I'm just gonna play this Brian Eno
Okay, that's
track,
coming through. All right, sweet. Let's get it down.
You got it.
Chapter 1. I crouched behind this bush to get some space from all these fucking people, but I thought that might look weird, like I'm hiding or something. So I pretty much just stood beside it where I could get a good look at the pigeons through the fence. An aggressively crinkled 500 milliliter Volvic slides behind a scrunched up corner shop bag. I happen to see her there, so obviously I go over to get an explanation. The Volvic moves towards a pristine, unopened Evian, but a 750 milliliter Buxton gets in the way. Oh, the people. Okay, now there's tracks. This rando comes over and confronts me, like trying to have a civil conversation is something crazy now. Buxton begins pushing Volvic back. This guy could be a crazy person as far as I know. Because you aren't saying anything when I ask who he is. She doesn't want to talk to you, mate. Oh, nah, mate. I try and explain what you did to this hair-fade private school rugby talk cunt. But we both know why he's putting on this big show. Buxton goes flying, slamming into the apartment wall. Evian twirls around and falls on her side, but is quickly corrected upright. Because all you do is escalate. 2 600 milliliter Nestle Pure Life speed around an empty Amazon box. You can't hang around here anymore. You're not allowed to be on a public street. Not her house now, a public street. I got them on camera saying it, and both their collar numbers, the Nestle, slam into the wall one after the other. You probably thought you were helping me when you dropped the case. I wanted my day in court. It's making my head hurt. It's so great. It's the fact that because the water bottles are people. Are they? Stop. Volvic hits the wall next, followed by innocent bystanders, Highland Spring, Harrogate, Smart Water, footsteps thunder from above, culminating in a sharp knock on the door and a shrieking voice. You set the bloody dogs off again! Some of us have to be up in the morning! Stillness. His eyes are locked on the door. His body sinks to the ground. The voice follows up. Oh, fuck's sake. The voice accepts the silence as an answer, and the footsteps recede. The man curls. The man. Stop. No. Curls into a fetal position and grabs Evian, bringing her close. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fucking shit. Nervous fingers rip the tab and pop it open. He knew their opposition was born of jealousy. He could cut straight through it all behind the facade. The crimson burnt numb their cracked lips. And she flowed inside him. Chapter 2. Man o' war tentacles drifting below the surface. Globules of oil floating around the sink. Congealed milk and tea. congealed milk in tea. Seeing them atop the bookshelf brought comfort. Trophies of conquest were rarely so tangible, eternal. Chapter 3. At first he had tried to keep mud off his clothes, but he was well past that point now. Crawling on his belly to avoid brambles, one hand wielded a phone as a torch, the other a bin bag. His search felt desperate. He hadn't been totally without success. His sack was undoubtedly growing, but he was yet to find his real prize, his queen. He turned his phone light to the ground and caught his breath. People were coming. Watching them come closer for a moment, he thought it was her, but it was just another young, oblivious couple that thought they owned this city. The guy looked like one of those smarmy Voss bottles, the girl decorated like Fiji water. Voss was intently explaining and gesturing.
It's so typical of that whole industry. They built a supercomputer with like $1 million of graphic cards without anything for it to do. Right, yeah.
They stumbled down the path alongside the bushes, cutting through the park on their way home, sharing earphones.
Look at your phone right now. It affects you too. I mean, look at it. They got rid of the headphone jack. It's a joke.
The man grabs a bottle from the woman's hand and takes a swig.
Can't you just use AirPods?
Ah, come on. Like, I get it. I'm not judging, but you're not on the market for proper headphones.
I don't like the big ones. Yeah, I hate those.
Feels like you're just airing some personal gripes over here, Emma. She grabs the bottle back and polishes off the contents. If you actually think about it, though, it's like an investment in your relationship with art. Not everyone cares about music like that, you know. Really?
Yeah.
The man jerks out an earphone in repulsion.
Explain to me why they can't make a USB-C to jack adapter that doesn't crackle and blows your ears out. It's bullshit.
The man grabs the bottle and, finding it empty, chucks it into the bushes mere inches from our friend. Taking a second to collect it and read the label, he threw the Smirnoff Ice back out of the bush with prejudice and cried, "Disgusting." The glass shattered on landing, the sound ringing through the night. The couple froze, wide-eyed and looking in his general direction. He didn't move or make another sound.
What the fuck was that, Harry?
Probably some homeless. Come on, mate, show your face. The man took a step ahead, but no further.
Harry, come on, let's go now. Oh, you don't know how lucky you are, mate.
We're leaving. They're leaving. They took off into the night, looking back over their shoulders and arguing in hushed tones. Down in the bushes, his mind was rushing, his body pumping with adrenaline, but he was scarcely able to move. Unclenching his hands from the mud as if fighting through rigor mortis, he opened the bag and pulled it over himself head first, covering as much of his body as he could. The night couldn't get to him. He was untouchable now. Chapter 4. Why did his parents have to birth him a human? Anything else and he wouldn't have to deal with any of this. Everything he'd done just to be left alone. He hadn't cared if they left him there to die. He never asked for them to make him come out of that bag. All of a sudden they wanted to talk about it, finding ways to lock him up forever. He could see right through it. Everything he had done was forced on him by these people. Yet, when were they to answer for their crimes? It didn't really matter now, though. All of this stuff would finally stop swirling around him. He'd considered his options, and this was surely his best shot. A rebirth in the purest sense. Crowbar in hand, he pried off the lid. With his practiced method, she was open. He wrapped the final layers of cling film to obscure the last bits of organic matter. He strapped on the blue helmet and got inside, jumping to get his top half over the edge and dropping his shoulder until he tumbled inside, the lid crashing shut after him. He squirmed around until he was totally submerged, senses stripped away. He was in ecstasy, never in more loving company, never more alone. He's in a bin? Okay, sorry, I'll continue. Just forgive me, you took a whole detour for a chapter to complain about AirPods. Chapter 5. Nigel slapped down the shade flap, the sunrise glancing off the bonnet as he pulled out of the Lewisham Council rubbish lorry depot. Two co-workers make acquaintance on their morning route. Knew I'd seen you around, but didn't think we'd had any crossover in meetings and whatnot. They messing with the rotors again? Nah, I got transferred from Parks, had a bit of a situation, and told Ross they had to get me the fuck away from there. Billy, in the passenger seat, gestures to the multiple rows of bandages along one side of his face. Nigel grimaces. I wasn't going to ask, but do tell, mate. They keep getting me on about kicking out people putting up tents and that. Never had much of an issue before last week. You get the odd geezer putting up a fuss, but they take one look at me and that was that. You know what I mean? One of them came at you. I got to pick up this bin bag and a guy bursts out like a stripper from a cave. Thought I was done when he glassed me nut. But all the fuck I had was plastic. Oh, thank fuck for that, mate. Too right. Didn't stop it getting infected, though. Bill peels off a corner of the bandage, revealing bright yellows and greens. Jesus, pal! Well, if it makes you feel better, this route is always dead as fuck. The lorry pulls into an industrial lot with a line of plastic recycling bags. Nigel and Bill step out, wordlessly pressing buttons to line up the equipment with the first bank. Bill starts unlocking the lid, but it comes right off. Shit, are you getting that? Smells like people have put more than just bottles in here. Ugh, what's new, mate? Let's haul it up. They attach the bin to the mechanism, and it slowly starts lifting it from the ground. Billy bends down to retrieve a stray water bottle and chucks it back in the bin. The Evian's curves glisten in the morning light. You know, Nigel, I always thought that was one good-looking water bottle. And there you go. Very good. Very good.
Oh, what do you make of that one?
I love it. Very nice and cryptic and weird. I enjoyed it. So he's like stalking for water bottles.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, look, make your own mind up.
Okay.
I'm just reporting this, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But you know, he's transferring his feelings.
I like it.
I mean, so this first bit was meant to be he's like playing with dolls, like recreating. I was inspired by this like this ex-YouTuber who started posting videos of him playing with like dinosaurs, like describing events that happened in his life, but clear. So that was the idea with the bottles at the start. But look, you tell me to do.
I loved it.
A water bottle story.
No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna, because at one point I thought it was just gonna get straight sexual, but it just kind of, it was nice. It was more like, lurking. I like and you really aired out some of your grievances about over-ear headphones.
I don't know what. Look, that's nothing. It's not me. Okay, it's fiction. Okay, that's not
all
just
right.
what I think.
Great success. You guys have to come up with something for next week, right?
Oh yeah, well we gotta let's
if
have
you want
an
me to after
anchor.
that.
Let's figure out like an anchor.
Yeah, no, we need something, and then I'll put. But I feel like I'm gonna be cheating because I've got another thing to read today.
You want us to do more after those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, very much so. It's nice. It gets me excited. I think we need to get to a point where we're just like banging out
for sure
refined stuff, and we're encouraging everyone to sort of write and engage and submit things. I think that's the way to go. That's kind of the benefit of having a very long show.
Mm-hmm.
Although I've got some news that I need to ask you guys about, because potentially we might be moving to a slightly different slot. My feeling is... hold on. My feeling is at the moment that because of my thing with this only being live, it means a lot of people don't hear the show.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Right.
But it's because people are out on Thursday night. And originally this was partly a vehicle...
Thursday is the new Friday.
Thursday's a new Friday. So originally this was a vehicle to keep me in. So I couldn't be pinned down on a Thursday night. So I had something to do, because it's silly to have multiple nights of the week where you're just not working. And really it undermines Friday as a work day. So regardless of how I feel about that, I feel like we need to move to another night so more people can hear the program. Dan's got a slot for us to move in. I don't know if that's an innuendo or not, but they've offered us.
No, you have sworn to seduce me, and this rate you will succeed.
They've offered us a slot here on. Okay, yeah, it was a joke. They've offered us a slot here Wednesday night. Yeah, I know, because you got to go in the office on Thursday, but also you're a grown woman. You can make up your own. You can stay up a little late.
I'm old.
No, come on. You finished. What time you got to be in the office in the morning?
I got to wake up at 6:40.
What if there was some mobility with where we did it? Like, say theoretically, if we did it at yours on a Wednesday night and finished at what time do you go to bed on a Wednesday?
8 p.m. No, that's
you don't.
no, that's
you don't.
Around like
no, no.
11 midnight.
Yeah, okay. Well, what if
No,
the
no.
show was from night? So if the show was Wednesday night, 9 to 11, it was like an actual late
If we're
night
doing
show.
it at ours, we can do every day.
Okay, all right, fine,
yeah.
great. Okay, sweet. So
That'd be
look,
super flexible.
I'm gonna have a conversation with Blaze about it, and we'll see what we can do. Okay. And then maybe more people will hear this show, and then maybe it can be more, and then we can get the sort of cool end, the live element back. So I just feel like people are busy on Thursday nights. Okay, they got other stuff. I don't want to be posting these.
Yeah.
I don't want to be releasing them so everyone can hear them.
Yeah, no, half the people I would have listening are busy on
Well,
Thursdays.
you know, and Wednesdays I feel like is truly, you know, it's hump day. You know what I mean?
I know
Wednesday
I
is
know
the
what
new
you mean.
Thursday.
Wednesday's the new Thursday. Man. yeah, Wednesday's the new Thursday.
You just open your mouth.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
You like the sound of that? Look,
As long as I can do it
so,
from my bed.
Another
like,
thing is that next week I'm off. We're off next week. There's no show next week. Okay?
Kaylee's graduating.
That's not why I'm off. I know I joked about coming. I
No,
actually have some
please
stuff on
don't.
Thursday.
No.
No, it's okay. You excited?
No.
Yeah.
She had to pay £60 for
They
like
took
a
more
cape,
of my
for a
money
cape and-
so I
We
can
did as
look like
well.
a fucking
Well, I wasn't
clown.
going to go because of that, but then my parents said I had to.
Can't
yeah,
believe I
and
went
they
to
paid for it.
graduation in the end. I shouldn't have gone.
No, I wasn't going to, but my parents said
Yeah.
you have to. I'm with they're paying for it. It's not for you. It's
I
for
always
us.
feel bad because I told my mum.
It was so embarrassing. I felt like a
I didn't
clown.
tell my mum that it was happening because I was just like Alex and I didn't know we were. It was because we obviously got postponed because of COVID, and then like 2 years after we finished our course, they were like, "Come back to AUB." And then Alex and I were living together in Lewisham, and it was like, I honestly until the day we were going to say that we were sick and we had COVID and we couldn't make it. And then we were like, oh, well, we don't want to miss it out. We don't know whatever. And we went back down and it was just like fucking messy. And I so vividly remember like waking up horribly hungover in Winton because Joe's sister was studying there and we were staying at Joe's. And like, I was like so strung out. Alex and I wake up. Everyone else in the house is asleep. We're like, all right, you know, let's do the walk we used to do because, you know, she lived near Osborne Road where we live. Let's walk down to the high street in Winton.
Yeah, you were on Osborne.
Yeah, and go.
I was on Sedgley.
You were on Sedgley. Yeah, it's okay. W Town. Yeah. Anyway. So all right. What? Okay, don't look at me like that.
We got to do like a special show from Winton.
A special Winton program. So Alex and I walked to the. We were like, well, let's go get some Greggs like we used to, and we just walked onto the high street, and it was like. Everything that was kind of novel about it before, you know, like the woman sniffing glue outside of Iceland and all this stuff. Just all of a sudden, it just like dawned on us. We were just like, this place is terrible. This place is like the end of the universe. It's a nightmare. Go into Greg's, get the sausage rolls, and we're like walking back to the house, and we just like look at each other, and we're like, we're never coming back here ever again. Got in the house. Joe's like, oh, morning, guys. I threw the sausage roll at him and was like, we're getting in the car and we're leaving. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that while I was still there.
It was too late. If we had gone back just after, it would have been fine. It was the 2-year wait. It was the thing. And we got there, and everyone was so insecure about how they hadn't been doing anything. And I was especially insecure about how just I hadn't been doing anything. And I was like, just like working at a shop and stuff. And people, it was just a bad vibe. But it was on the beach, and it was very hot.
I'm surprised you got a graduate. We didn't get an undergrad graduation.
That was for are you serious?
Yeah, we got a PowerPoint.
Nice.
We got a PowerPoint from wherever we were.
But did you graduate? Did you graduate a year before or like
2020?
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Wait, Kate. No. You're the year before.
Ev was the year before.
She's the year before. Because American degrees are 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was the same year but had like an extra year.
Okay.
Which is partially the reason why I feel like I should walk for my master's. However cringy and uncomfortable I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think you should.
Just partially because I'm like, I didn't get to walk for my undergrad, which is the one I wanted to walk for because nobody gave a shit and you could show up wearing whatever you wanted, which apparently you can't do here.
No, you
which
can't.
No, the
you gotta wear the gown.
English people
the
love
fucking bull.
those stupid gowns.
Yeah, I look really
all the teachers that would wear them to like assemblies just to have like the Oxbridge little ribbons.
Have you ever been to one of those Oxbridge formal dinners?
No.
It's wild.
Why would I go to that?
I got invited when I was dating someone at Cambridge when I was a teenager. I went to one of them and they had what?
Whoa, look at you.
And I went up for one of the formal dinners, and they had like a little gong that they sound for.
My
for
grandma
when,
used
when
to do
it's
that.
when it's like dessert time, and I was there, And it's a really nice meal. It's BYOB, but you have to wear the robes. And I didn't wear the robes because I was a guest. I was just there in like a suit. I was sitting there with my girlfriend at the time, and there's this raised platform at the end of the hall where all of the maesters, who are like the sort of old fellows of the university, eat. They eat on like a raised long table as if it's like medieval times. And so I was like sitting there, and right at the end, it was like lovely meal, like very grand, very whatever. The people were really friendly, very nice. And there was a couple of these sort of like rowing guys I was talking to. You know, it was like proper beefy, dudes. And they sound the gong at dessert, and all of the maesters like stand up and like go into like a secret back room, and they were like, I was just like, they don't eat dessert in the same room as you. I was like, where are they going? And then everyone's like, no, the maesters don't eat dessert here. And then these guys who I was talking to the whole night were like, really, it's just a tradition thing. And the guys I was talking to the whole night, I was like, I like looked at them and I was like, they must have a separate. Someone basically was just like, I was like, oh, do they have a separate menu? And the guy was like, I think they get something different. And I was like, what's on theirs? Little boy dick. And these dudes were just having none of it
really?
at all. They were having none of it at all.
So embarrassing.
It was really, they should come on. They should have found that as funny as I did. But they were having none of it, and they were like properly. It was very serious. The tradition thing's a big deal, though.
Some of my politics class got invited to dinner with Theresa May. I was the only one that said no, but I kind of wish I would have gone.
Oh man. Yeah. Why? What would you have done? Killed her?
I would have.
What are you going to do?
I would have broken her down with facts and logic.
Yeah, of course.
Defeated her in the marketplace of ideas.
Who was her defense secretary? Because I was supposed to go to a thing with him when I was at A level, and they didn't let me.
I can't remember.
Ben something.
Probably.
And the worst part was that it was a sister school to mine that Nigel Farage's daughter went to. My whole class bumped into Farage in the car park outside. Nice. And it's a good fucking thing. I was not there.
You could have thrown things at him.
There was everyone was like, guess who we met when we got back? And it was like a picture of them all like smiling with Nigel Farage.
Ew.
And I was like, oh, you mean the fucking like that?
Oh.
Have I told you about the first film I ever...
Rancid scumbag, yeah.
Have I told you about the first film I ever made?
No.
I interviewed, when I was like 14, our like local UKIP candidate.
Oh.
Like she came into our school and we did a bit.
Remember what an ugly
confrontation.
that combo of purple and yellow was?
Oh,
what
yeah.
sort of like sickly Premiere.
I've still got the DVD she gave me.
Who, designed that. Oh, bad times. Anyway, but like it's a good thing. Graduation. We're all excited for Kaylee's graduation here. Did you get what I just shared with you? Did you get what I just shared with you, Evelyn? Evelyn.
I'm looking now.
Evelyn.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, you see it. You're picking it up. You're picking it up. I think we listened to. Look, I got these two last real nice segments. I got right here. We got just to unwind to. I don't want to do that until afterwards. Look, so we read we read some prose. We read some reviews. And to give context, because I don't think too many people were listening to the last show, which is fine. It is a Thursday after all. Busy day for all of you. You've all got lots of fucking shit going on. Great. Amazing.
Doing what?
Doing what? So last week, in a vain attempt to create content that didn't turn out to be so vain, I recently have been sorting out my files. I came across a piece of media that has existed in the back of my mind for a very long time that has been slowly amended over the years, which is a anthology collection of literotica I started writing when I was a teenager. And last week we were, talking about how liberating it was to be able to write something silly, something that had no stakes, that was purely designed to make people laugh or to gross people out, but that was actually an excuse to write prose. And I thought it would be worth, after we read the sort of mechanophilia car fucking story, which I think was probably the most palatable.
That was really.
I think it was probably the most palatable out of the.
Well, now I'm excited.
Out of the collection, it would be worth reading probably the first and oldest one, High School 4 Chuck Mellington's Big Game. If I don't know, what might happen is we might get into it, and then I'll be like, this is just going on too long. It's not funny anymore. Let's cut it and play some music. That's fine. But, like, you know, I had a good time hearing it read back to me because I'm a fucking egomaniac last time. And secretly, as I did at the time, still think it's very funny. So I'd like to share it with you after I play this next song, because we're just going to talk about how you're going to read it and go through it. I believe you haven't read this yet, Evelyn, have you? Evelyn, you haven't read it.
This is all new.
There's no camera for you to look in and say that, but there will be next week, maybe. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. No, not next week. There's no show next week. Next week, everyone's busy because it's Thursday night. But maybe after that, when we change the schedule. I'm going to play one more song. I'm gonna have my little ginger shot. I'm gonna get the backing stuff ready, and then Ev, you're gonna read from High School 4 Chuck Mellington's Big Game. Not the whole thing, obviously. There's a lot of different stories, but probably just the first one. And everyone can be uncomfortable in a good way, right? Right. Yeah. What
Oh,
is that? Oh yeah, great. Okay, that's what I needed to hear, Kaylee. You know, okay.
Hey, Jamesy, rock it, man.
So we're going to play one more
know
song
you
and then we're
will.
going to be ready to go. Everyone's happy. Okay, one more song before we listen to High School 4, Chuck Mellington's Big Game and Other Stories by Xavier Steele.
Let's just hang out.
High School 4, Chuck Mellington's Big Game and Other Stories by Xavier Steele. In loving memory of Seb Flatow, you were a good dog. I hope they have cars for you to chase in heaven. This book is brought to you by Ceramo Corp and Doctors Company Inc., your one stop for high-quality ceramics and deli ingredients. Forward. Ceramo Corp and Doctors Company Inc. proudly bring you this anthology of erotic fiction. Due to increased demand in the genre, our highly qualified marketing team commissioned this collection by one of our most prolific basement-level author / file employees, Xavier Steele. Inside this book, you should find an above satisfactory series of stories relating to various popular themes that you will no doubt identify with and enjoy. For maximum satisfaction, visit the CDCI, Ceramo Corp and Doctors Company Inc. website to purchase industrial lubricant and ceramic masturbation bowl. All orders over £70 will receive a £10 off voucher for use at Subway restaurants, and what is truly a refreshing deal. This collection has been proofread by Automated Control System ED #2.6. If there are any discrepancies or mistakes, please report them to your nearest CDCI kiosk or Subway restaurant. Enjoy your human literature. This foreword was written by TechSpot #72.7. We hope it was satisfactory. High School 4, Chuck Mellington's Big Game. Scene 1. Glover Crispin stared into the bottom of the toilet. You want another one, Glover Crispin? Buck grabbed the scruff of his shirt and pulled him out. Glover couldn't see through the toilet water covering his glasses. Look, Buck, I just wanted to help. You asked me to do your homework. Another punch landed on the side of Glover's face, hitting his already tender skin. This time he started to bleed, and Buck knew he was done. If I ever fucking see you talking to Stacy again, I'll suck you off so hard your balls will dry up like the water supply in the Sahel region. Glover rested his back up against the toilet bowl, pressing his damp shirt against the cold ceramic to ease the pain from the beating Buck and his gang had given him. They were so cool and straight. Busey swaggered in through the bathroom door. His bright flannel and white jeans seemed to light up the room. Shit, man. Looks like they really did a number on you. Glover looked down at his shirt to see the various fluids that they had defiled its original whiteness. Yeah, I guess they did. Busey reached out his hand. Glover appreciated the gesture of friendship he had learned to love over the past year. Busey lifted him up. You got a little something there, Busey said, pointing to a smear of blood on Glover's crotch. Oh, it's nothing. Busey leaned down to wipe the stain with his saliva-soaked fingers. Busey, man, what the fuck? Busey recoiled. Whoa, man, what? I'm not gay, okay? Glover smiled. Yeah, man, I know. You get more chicks than anybody. Busey, relieved, also smiled. Yeah, man, I get more pussy than the Ohio Cat Rescue and Adoption Center. Scene 2. The library was about the loudest place in school. No librarian could possibly stop the parade of Wet Willies, Noogies, Twisters, and Wet Willies that filled the small room. So Miss Meekley, the librarian, spent most of her days hiding out in the storage cupboard. Glover entered with only one thing on his mind, to find Stacy. He stepped over the sleeping burnouts, past the numerous groups of oiled-up teens wrestling, and scouted the study tables in hopes of spotting her. There she was. Stacy Crush sat at an empty table at the back. Spelt with a K. Stacy Crush sat at an empty table at the back with her copy of the bell jar and a large thermos of coffee. Her red hair was pulled up in a tight bun, exposing her ceramic neck. She was wearing a red flannel and denim shorts, which was pretty dumb considering it was midwinter in Chicago town, Wisconsin. Her knee sock-clad legs were propped up on a chair opposite her. But when I say knee socks, I don't mean they go over the top of the knee, but like those ones that finish just under. You know, with the two stripes. Tube socks. That's it. Knee-high tube socks. Anyway, Glover approached her and nervously slid a chair up to the table she was sitting at. How do you say that? Esther. Esther gets a diaphragm, Glover spat out awkwardly. Stacy laughed. I know, this is my 5th time reading it. She put it down, giving an intimate acknowledgement of his presence. I heard what Balkan the guys did to you. I know he's my boyfriend, but I don't want you thinking I'm okay with it. No, I know you're not. They sat in silence for a moment, listening to the sound of 2 boys tugging each other off behind a stack of books. Glover awkwardly started up again. So I hear you're helping the library committee clean this place up? Oh yeah, it's a lot of work, but Mrs. Meekley and I have been working really hard on it. He couldn't stop staring at her knee socks. You know, Stacy, I was wondering about something. Stacy nervously gathered herself, waiting for some awkward profession of love or an invite to the dance. Glover, noticing her discomfort, discarded his attempt to ask her to the dance and said the first thing that came into his head. I like basketball. What was that? Glover said the second thing that came into his head. Where's your surname from? It sounds Spanish. Stacy relaxed. It was originally Morris, but my dad invented the KFC Crush'em, so he legally had his surname changed to Crush. Miss Meekley saved them both from the conversation. She had appeared behind a bookshelf, hiding from the cascades of soggy biscuits that were being thrown at her. She approached the table nervously, keeping an eye on Glover. Stacy, can I talk to you in private? Stacy looked at Glover, who nodded. She got up. Yeah, of course, miss. I'll see you, Glover. Stacy and Miss Meekley left. Glover sat, inhaling Stacy's scent from her still warm seat, until he was interrupted by Busey jumping out from behind a desk. Well, that was awkward. Glover was going to act shocked, but was so sick of his friend jumping out from behind things that he neglected his usual faux surprise. Were you there the entire time? Busey ignored his question. Man, I need to teach you some shit. Your game is about as poor as the citizens of Dharavi slum. Nice. Nice. Glover was exhausted. After months of Busey's so-called training, he still hadn't asked Stacy to the dance, and so far all that had happened was Busey watching him work out. Look, I have an idea. One more session with me, Glover, and Stacy will be leather in your fingers. Glover looked at him. Don't you mean putty in my hands? Scene 3. Ooh yeah, boy. You know how I like it. Stacy was bent over, disinterested, face down on the damp single mattress in Buck's bedroom. She considered momentarily, as she was being quote-unquote railed, that maybe the endless posters of sweaty male athletes were compensation for something. She felt nothing as he heaved over her, his eyes closed, desperately trying to keep it up. Can I turn around now? She asked, already knowing the answer. No, babe, face away. It was still flaccid. He was getting angry. She escaped his loose insertion briefly and looked at him. Buck, maybe if I get my boobs out or something? No, he interrupted her. She saw the confidence slide down his face and evaporate as sweat. He looked at her feet. Why these goddamn socks, Stacy? He was looking at her knee-high tube socks. You know, the ones I told you about earlier. What's wrong with them? She exclaimed. They're just, really girly. Stacy was offended now. Well, I'm a girl, Buck. He didn't know how to respond. He just kept pouting and walked out, probably to go jerk off in the downstairs toilet, she figured. It was too late now. If only Buck had mentioned her socks during sex, maybe for once she would have enjoyed it. She didn't know what it was about them. Maybe the delicate symmetry of the stripes, the way they clasped her feet like a warm, shallow pool. She would just masturbate in front of the low mirror while wearing them if her vanity allowed her, but it didn't. She had to find something else. Her bookmark folder was full of sock porn. Her bookmark folder full of sock porn was at home, so she would have to make do. For some reason, Buck had a cardboard cutout of Terry Crews in the corner of the room, and while Stacy wasn't necessarily in the mood for a slab of meat that big, she was too hungry to care. She pulled the socks off her feet and slid them onto the papery black pillars that towered over Buck's messy carpet. They didn't look right, and she couldn't think of any reason why Sergeant Terry Jeffords would be naked and sock-clad, but that soon became irrelevant. She didn't have time for foreplay, and began furiously pummeling the lips of her vagina with an open palm. She watched intently as the threads of her socks became translucent with tension, and opened her eyes to the printer ink black skin that peeked at her, like a voyeur, through the space between the threaded white wool. After briefly knocking on the door, she entered abruptly, beating the walls of her repressed home with an indelicate but experienced fingers. Buck could never do this to her. She tensed up, locking every joint and hinge of her construct, every vein bulging, as if a mirror of Terry's biceps. A faucet burst, somewhere deep inside, filling her. Buck wasn't good enough. He couldn't do this. She removed the fluid from her fingers by gently dragging them along her leg like a knife on the side of a plate. Stop. Her glasses had misted up, blinding her. She must have been panting heavily. But as she wiped them clear, her sudden vision revealed an unwanted visitor in the room. Hey, Mr. Ryder. I thought that the door was locked. Buck's father was a stout, portly man. His beer-soaked wife-beater constrained a near-majestic mass of fupa that saddled his hard-working belt. Oh, no, it's, well, Stacy, are you a big Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan?
Leave it. That's fine for now. Yeah, go and start now. You can stay with the next week. That's a good cliffhanger. It gets better. Wait, where are you?
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
You turned
yeah,
me
I
off
turned
now.
off the school.
You had to cut that off.
Yeah, that's all right. Forget how much these things drag when you hear them out loud.
I liked it.
You're on tenterhooks. You ready for the next part? Next
On the
next
edge
week.
of
The
my
next.
seat.
All right. Okay. It's heating up. Sergeant Terry Jeffords is there.
I really did enjoy the Terry Crews.
Yeah, he's a big man. He's a good-looking man.
A self-proclaimed pornography addict.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I don't know why I know that, but
how the fuck do you know that?
Because
Is that a thing?
How do you know that?
Yeah,
it feels like that should have been the reason I included him.
Well, I thought it might have been. I'm surprised that you don't know that.
What
somehow
a beautiful
with
and
that
vocal
relevance.
kindred spirit.
I saw him. He released like a PSA video.
Or about wanking too much.
Yeah, to like destigmatize it, but I don't think it helped.
It definitely wouldn't.
I don't think it.
Definitely
I don't
wouldn't.
think it did what
You
he was
might
hoping
think
it would.
because I'm such a hot piece. Of
You might think because
man
I'm
meat
such a perfect
that I wouldn't
role
need
model.
to just be jerking my
Exactly,
little ding
but
dong all day.
Even Terry Crews.
God bless. Poor man. Poor man.
Poor man. That's
Yeah.
the moral of the story. But
Well, he'll come back. Don't worry.
I really do like your high school. It does capture something of, just being
of the high school experience.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. No, being 16 and finding, there's not. I don't know. This is the thing. It's not. You know what? There's that. There was that thing a year ago, which I really liked. Where what is it? It was like Mac DeMarco released like 400 songs in one album. Do you hear this? But basically, what it was, he said, it's just like they're not like songs. They all sound really nice. It's like actually a really good plays album to play in like the back of a bar or restaurant or whatever. It's all very pleasant sounding, but they're basically just every single one of his demos that he didn't take the full way, and then felt in such a creative rut with that he was like, I need to just put them out somewhere. So they don't even have names. They were just like numbers basically and dates.
You know who did that as well?
Who did that?
A.F.X. Twin.
A.F.X. Twin did
He
that?
just made like a SoundCloud user numbers and it posted like 1,000
get
tracks.
this stuff out, and you've been sitting on this.
I think more people should do
pornography
that
for so long. I just want to get it out get it out there. So it's there. There you go.
There it is.
If you're interested in what happens next,
Thank
well,
you
listen
for
to
getting that out.
Hey, no worries. Thank you for your writing. Thank you for your reviews. I think it's probably time to listen to a bit more music.
Alright guys, this is a kissing tutorial. This is for my girlfriend.
It gets worse. It's not as gross
You
as
just
the,
open your
the car.
mouth.
For fuck's sake. It's not
Put your
as
tongue
gross
out.
as the car one.
Suck.
But there's some bits.
You said it's not as gross.
It's not as
as the
gross,
car
but it's
one.
not as quick and as hard hitting.
I don't know.
as the car one.
I sort of find the having sex with a car almost less
Yeah,
graphic.
disgusting. You're more into that.
Just
as
'cause of the
a
novelty.
concept. Yeah, it's no, I understand. You've said before about how you feel about it, and it just being something in general you're interested in and want to do privately. It's several times.
I think I said that off the air.
Yeah. No. I found this. This is great because this is a Roy Orbison cover that's going to go into a little clip of Lynch talking about Roy Orbison, and then it's going to
David Lynch.
All right, that was loud. And then it's going to go into some Roy Orbison songs. I've been listening to a lot of Roy Orbison recently, which is not always a good sign for me, but currently is actually bringing me a lot of pleasure, and I'm enjoying. I'm not listening to it in the way that I usually listen to the songs Lonely Wine. I'm just enjoying it because he's got a lovely voice. It can just be enjoyed like that. That's fine. Because I've been thinking about Blue Velvet a lot and how much I need to rewatch it. But I know that if I do, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
So let's play some Roy Orbison. Let's us all, take our respective pee and drink breaks. And then when we get back...
let us reflect on that.
On High School 4?
Yeah.
Well, you got to wait until next week. But are you going to remember what happens? Are people going to remember what happens if you wait? How far into it? Do you want to... What do you think? I need your judgment on this. K.F.A.H.A.A.
How much more?
Weigh in.
Look, personally, I don't care if you think it's dragging. I think we should...
You want to finish it?
I mean, okay, there is a decent chunk left.
Why don't we play some music?
Let's do that.
Why don't we play some music? 'Cause it's a music program. And then when we come back, we'll finish High School 4, Chuck Mellington's big game. That was voicemail. Well, I haven't, and I'm not, actually, I'm not going to buckle. I'm not going to put something out there and say, my friends should text me and let me know what you think I should do. I don't care.
This is only about you.
Hey.
What, hey?
Hey. You know what? We're projecting it all onto this. We're getting it all out of the system. That's what we're doing. So we are going to finish it. Yes. I don't care. Oh, it's not dynamic radio. None of this is. You're listening to the wrong program, right? It's the chill out zone.
Stop.
Yeah, you
stop talking
me.
about the program.
I'm not talking about the program. It's fucking chill times, all right? Okay, I hope you're enjoying it. This program's called Return to Sensation. It's on W1 Radio. My name's James Charalambides. I'm joined by Kaylee and Evelyn. We will be listening to this first song, then a little bit of Roy Orbison. Then we will get right back into the juicy tale of High School 4, Chuck Mellington's big game.
Boys.
Are we ready? Cherry Tomato? Gang? Let's go.
Kto noci život môj, kad opecam sám i lutam ulicou tichom punom sna i dan za danom με
Robin, I think from Florida, asks about the song In Dreams in Blue Velvet. At what point did I decide to use it? And was I then and am I now a longtime fan of Roy Orbison? And answer that first. I loved Roy Orbison from the first time I heard his music, and I kind of grew up, with Roy Orbison. And I remember exactly when I decided to use In Dreams in Blue Velvet. It started that I was riding in a cab with Kyle MacLachlan through Central Park, and on the cab radio came Crying by Roy Orbison. And I thought, wow, that is gonna, I gotta get, that could go in Blue Velvet. And as soon as I got down to Wilmington, North Carolina, I got Roy's Greatest Hits. And I listened to Crying, and I listened to some more cuts, and then I heard In Dreams, and everything stopped, and I said, this song, if ever there was a song that fit into this film, it's this one, In Dreams. And that started a whole thing going that grew out of that song. And strangely enough, Crying came back again in Mulholland Drive. So, and I got the great pleasure of meeting Roy Orbison after Blue Velvet. And if we're telling stories, that song, In Dreams, meant a huge amount to Roy, the lyrics and that song. And when he first saw Blue Velvet, he hated it. And so some time passed, and his friends said, Roy, you should listen to, you should see that film again and see if you could appreciate it, in a different light, as well as the light that you love. And Roy, is the kind of guy he was. He went and saw it again, and he saw it differently and really loved it. And so meeting Roy Orbison was really a thrill because he's such a gracious, kind, just the kind of a really great soul.
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep, everything is all right. I close my eyes, then I drift away into the magic night. I softly say a silent prayer, like dreamers do. Then I fall asleep to dream my dream. if I try. I remember that you said goodbye. It's too bad all these things can only happen in my dreams. The night is bright and gay, but I'm so blue. My heart must have its way and dream of you. That's why I sigh and sip my lonely wine. Your picture on the wall, your smiling face brings back the memory of your embrace. I start to cry into my lonely wine. Teardrops fall, but all they bring is heartache. It's better if I never think at all. Still they soothe the pain my lonely thoughts make. I never quite succeed in hiding all, so let 'em fall. Wherever you may be, I'll still be true. And when the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. But until then, I'll drink my lonely wine. Wherever you may be, I'll still be true. And when the clouds roll by, I'll come to you. But until then, I'll drink my lonely wine.
Scene 4. Busey got on his hands and knees. He was hiding behind a short suburban fence, with Glover right behind him. Miss Meekley's house was a small two-bedroom bungalow, coated in an inoffensive off-white. The flowers that bordered her front lawn were pleasant but not too bright, and a quiet trellis gently held the side of her home, its nondescript wood brackets offering some form of ascension to the roof. The boys could see her through the front window, untended blonde hair resting on her shoulder, while she herself reclined in some inherited armchair. The living room was lined with shelves of dull books, none particularly jumping out, just all of them blending into faint lines of literature. Busey started up in a hushed tone. "I'm telling you, Glover, this is the best idea I've ever had." Busey had a lot of best ideas, and the last one resulted in an uncomfortable, literal pissing match. "Why do I keep doing this, Busey? You've been training me for months, and I still haven't asked Stacy to the dance." Busey struggled to come up with a response. "Look, man, what happens when you do eventually ask Stacy out, and you try and get with her, And you can't give her proper cunnilingus, huh? Glover was confused. What's cunnilingus? What? Busey almost shouted, nearly giving away their position. How do you not know this, Glover? I fuck tons of women, and they would all be laughing at you right now. Glover was quiet. His fear of social rejection seemed to take precedence over everything else. He tugged on his checkered, tucked-in shirt, a nervous twitch he had picked up at the beginning of high school. He briefly rearranged his belt line. Busey noticed his best friend's twitch and eased off a little. Look, Glover, cunnilingus is like a really stiff wood closet door that you need to open. You need to moisten it if you want to pry open the doors. Glover raised his hands. Doesn't moisture make wood expand? Fuck, dude, give me a break. I'm not an analogy machine. Look, getting with Miss Meekly will be a confidence builder, okay? Just go knock on the door. Glover began to sweat. What if she doesn't want to? Then you get rejected. The important thing is that you try, and if you fail, the world isn't over. He loosened his grip on his shirt. Huh, I guess that does make sense. He could hear the muffled sounds of television coming from her living room. His sweat drenched the doorbell, the tight porcelain ring of steel, surrounded by a plastic case, cooling to him. He could hear the vertigo echoes of its ring, playing over and over again in his head. It didn't matter, though. Busey pushed it for him, and then ran off to hide in a bush. Oh, Glover, said Miss Meekly. What are you doing here? Glover had never really looked at Miss Meekly before. Her dark blonde hair clung to the horn-rimmed frames of her glasses. He thought he was sweaty, but she was coated in perspiration. Dripping down her pale white forehead and past the curves of her cold blue eyes, her blouse was liberally loose over her small breasts, with one side tucked into a conservative tartan plaid skirt. Her cheap tights were scarred by runs and tears. She hadn't taken them off since returning from school. Tears, sorry. I'm sorry I'm so flustered, Glover. I was just busy. Glover had taken confidence in her slightly nervous state. No, please, it's fine. I was just walking down the road and I saw you through the window. Miss Meekly smiled and ushered him in. I'm sorry it's such a mess. The television was playing a DVD of Pride and Prejudice. The screen was paused by a close-up of Colin Firth's face. Glover realized that he had absolutely no excuse to have come in. I was actually wondering if I could use the John. Oh, yeah, of course, just down the hall, Miss Meekly said, a little disappointed. Glover paced to the toilet past a hallway of framed awards and certificates. The bathroom didn't have a lock. Inside, a lack of makeup and cosmetics, but an abundance of books. Stacked up in proud piles on the floor and windowsill, Austen and Carter taking priority over lesser titles that stood beneath them. Hanging above the mirror was a cringe-worthy holiday gift, that of a placard that said, "Careful, or you'll end up in my novel," in tacky font. Glover sat down on the closed toilet seat and attempted to draw out his phone, but in his reclined position, he couldn't quite pull it out of his pocket. As he adjusted his belt to give it space, he unsurprisingly fell into a more rhythmic tugging of his shirt, a futile attempt to deal with the anxiety of the situation. Stop it, he told himself. He needed to call Busey, but also needed to urinate. He hadn't had a chance to walk over here, and didn't want to go around Busey. He hadn't had a chance to go on the walk over here, and didn't want to go around Busey for fear of another sword fight or reach around. He lifted up the toilet seat and began to go, filling the cold ceramic bowl with dark yellow urine. Perhaps he needed to drink more water. Or was it fluid in general? He didn't have time to worry, because just as he finished, the door burst open. No locks. Miss Meekly, I'm kind of busy in here. Her blouse was undone completely, loosely hanging off her shoulders, but still masking one of her breasts. The other one was not as lucky, as there wasn't enough volume to it to provide a hold for the shirt. Glover was very taken aback, and while this seemed like most men's fantasy, he could not have been less aroused. Look, Glover, I know why you came. Stacy must have told you what I said to her earlier. I'm glad you feel the same way. Glover was starting to freak out. For once, he was hoping that Busey would jump out of somewhere and deliver an awkward zinger. She jumped on him, painfully crushing his flaccid penis with her weight, and not to mention Glover's lack of upper body strength, which prevented him from comfortably holding her. He began nervously tugging on the back of her blouse, which she took as an invitation to kiss him on the mouth. It was at this point that Glover noticed her adult braces that had been cleverly concealed by the miracle of modern dentistry. But while he marveled at their discreetness, envious, considering he had worn a head brace only a few years ago, he was highly uncomfortable, as his tongue was pressed up against the cold metal. This was his first time kissing a girl. But Miss Meekley wasn't a girl. Miss Meekley was a 33-year-old English teacher and librarian with adult braces. She motioned via painful leaning for Glover to carry her into the living room, which for him took a great deal of physical strength. He dropped her on the carpet, panting. Oh, Glover, you're all sweaty. I want you to devour me. Eat me like a lamb chop. It was finally time. At this moment, Glover realized that cunnilingus was probably just a fancy word for oral sex. You spell oral, A-U-R-A-L.
I didn't prove it all, right?
No, okay, so it's not intentional. He figured Busey meant that the closet was the vagina and the doors were the entrance to it. Still, though, doesn't wood expand with moisture? Regardless, he for once did actually feel prepared for this. Busey had bought him an ice cream a few weeks ago and demonstrated his masterful technique on it, although this was only briefly, as Busey hated ice cream and quickly spat it out. He always preferred popsicles. Glover gently lifted her plaid skirt, its tartan pattern bending and contorting in front of his eyes like the old window screensaver of Winding Pipes. In that sense, it certainly did occur over what could only be described as a black void. Miss Meekley wasn't wearing any underwear, and unluckily for Glover, years of watching porn hadn't prepared him for the forest of pubes that faced him. He was looking deep into the abyss, although he wouldn't really have minded it if Miss Meekley hadn't proudly pointed out, you know, that Joseph Conrad wasn't actually writing about the Belgian Congo. He was writing about my muff. It certainly was dark, but Glover wasn't particularly afraid of encountering any corrupted East India Company traders. It didn't taste like ice cream. He rubbed his tongue around its moist lips, with light hairs tickling his chin. He felt the sporadic vibrations of her body through the tense grip he had on her skirt. As he looked into the void, a gateway surrounded by the trellis of hairs appeared in front of him, and he fell into a strange calm. He loosened his grip on her skirt. Contemplations twisted and fell in his mind, as if in a warm bath with a slightly open plug at the bottom of it. This entire situation seemed a lot less surreal when he considered his past with older women. After all his previous, even remotely sexual encounters had been with them. Crispin family gatherings had always been a tirade of come-ons from his mother's friends, with a constant stream of handsome boys and delightful young mans. He could remember last Christmas, when Sandra from the bank had cornered him in the guest bedroom, demanding kisses on the cheek, spilling red wine over his festive jumper. Maybe there was just a time in the 90s when women were super into nerdy guys, he thought, as his thick glasses were pressed deep into the tumescent hood of her clitoris. But he didn't have time to think. He was abruptly snatched out of his bizarre epiphany and dumped back into an anxious living room by Miss Meekley. Oh, Darcy. Yes, yes, yes. Glover lifted his head after she came, only to be greeted by the flickering eyes of Colin Firth, staring at him from the television screen. Scene 5. It was the night of the dance.
I didn't expect it to be as
What?
I just didn't know it would be such a...
You have bewitched me, body and soul.
Scene 5. Well, we have to see where it goes now. It was the night of the dance, and everyone at Ridge Pond High turned out in the finest clothes their small town had to offer. Jocks in full dinner dress, with leather jackets replacing DJs, crowded the hallways, shuffling along to Bowling for Soup being played full blast over the speakers, as if drowning them out of a compound. And amongst the refugee-like crowd of teenagers, Stacy was trying to open her locker. The key fit in, but refused to turn. Buck was wrapped around her from behind, his arms a seatbelt. Come on, babe. I know you want me. You know you want me. Stacy had conducted this conversation too many times over the course of the past hour. She pushed him off her and stared into his shit brown eyes. Buck, you asshole, leave me alone. I'm not going to this dance with you. Buck let out an angsty cry. She'd been telling him this all night, but perhaps it was the fact that he was surrounded by his football team that it finally sunk in. Fuck you, Stacy. I never liked you anyway. He scarpered off, his tight butt cheeks vacuum packed into his 2 sizes too small trousers, tautly shaking as he ran. As Busey was coming round the corner, he shouted after him, I love to watch you leave, Buck. Glover gagged him with his weak hands. He wanted to converse with his friend before asking Stacy out. Look, Busey, thank you for everything. Getting with Miss Meekley, while pretty awful, did actually help me with my self-confidence. Busey nearly teared up. You don't just have to believe in yourself, man. I know you don't feel it, but I can tell you right now, you're in your prime. And now that I really think about it, those Star Wars suspenders really do go well with your suit. Glover adjusted his belt a final time. Thanks, man. Anyway, who are you going to the dance with? Busey gave a winning smile. Oh, Glover, don't you worry about me. He walked off, his formal flannel shirt fluttering in the breeze from the AC. He had a quick look over his shoulder. Glover couldn't see Busey's eyes through his aviators, but as Busey waved, Glover could tell he was proud. Stacy's red hair was down and neatly combed. She wore an old family prom dress, and Glover couldn't deny that it suited her. Although, while it seemed that she had paid great attention to playing the part of the love interest, Stacy was still wearing her knee socks, the red rings peeking out from under the thin white lacing at the bottom of her dress. When Glover approached her with as much confidence as his ego would allow, Stacy was still trying to open her locker. Hey, Stacy, how's it hanging? Stacy looked at him and gave a busy smile. Hey, Glover, can't really complain, I guess. Glover's lips quivered as he spoke, as if trying to talk after being silent for decades. Look, I know you and Buck kind of broke up, and to be honest, I was wondering if I could take you to the dance. As he said it, he immediately backed up like a weak dog offering itself for a beating. Stacy managed to open her locker. Oh, Glover, that's sweet, but Terry's already taking me to the dance. Out of her locker, she pulled Buck's cardboard cutout of Terry Crews, its paper-damaged creases reflecting the white light from above into Glover's eyes, juxtaposing the deep blackness of Crews's paper abs. Stacy looked at Terry and then back at Glover reassuringly. But I'm sure Terry would be okay with me letting you have at least one dance with me. Glover smiled. Yeah, that sounds great. Stacy left him, bounding down the hall, her red hair shining, dazzling a smitten Glover. She had Terry in her arms. Scene 6. Buck slammed his fist into his locker, the blood from his damaged hand dripping all over the penetrated door, pooling in the indent of the metallic wound that scarred the face of the sacred wardrobe of football gear and textbooks he had never read. The anger had stopped the pain until now. His eyes welled with tears as he clasped his hand and let out a repressed roar. Whoa, champ. You doing okay? Busey placed a reassuring hand on Buck's lower back. Buck's knee-jerk reaction was to push him away, but as he turned to face him, Buck noticed his face. Busey was by all means a handsome guy, and while most of his face was shaded by his maverick aviators, Buck could easily make out the strength of his jaw and the tense cheekbones that held up his portrait of a face. "I'm sorry," Buck said sheepishly. I don't know why I'm so angry all the time." Busey leant in, cupping Buck's upper buttocks with one hand and holding his stubble-dotted face with the other. "Hey, maybe you're gay." Buck was ready to break out, call him queer, play his father's words like a throwback playlist on repeat, but he couldn't. All he could do was look into the darkness of Busey's shades. They kind of put him in the mood for beach volleyball. Busey kissed him, flooding his dry lips with moisture and fertilizing the barren mouth that so many paternal beatings had left in perpetual drought. "Take me," Buck whispered. They ripped off their clothes and danced into the men's bathroom. Busey completely bare, aside from his aviators, peacocking around the room, proudly presenting his slightly above average penis. Buck reclined on the floor, then turned over like a hog on a spit, displaying his anus in some kind of ancient idol. Like some kind of ancient idol. Busey once again dampened Buck's skin, although this time it was around Buck's messy arsehole. It hadn't been tended to, but it seemed that some repressed part of Buck had at least managed to keep it clean. Busey didn't mind. He tickled at the rim with his tongue, as if a fluid, douching out all the years of sexual anxiety. Finally, Busey was ready. He put it in, sending every inch of Buck's body into an ecstatic lock. "Hey, Buck." Buck turned around and looked up. "Yeah? I guess this is why your surname is Ryder." Buck smiled. He looked around the bathroom, the ceramic toilet bowls, the fuck cop sprawled on the mirror. He was at peace. Then Busey plowed him, sending shrieks of pleasure and a deep sympathy for the submissive into the air of the room. Scene 7. It was the next day, late afternoon. The majority of students had left the post-school hallways empty. It was the only triumphant football players that strutted through them. Chuck Mellington and his best friend Francis. Francis was slightly shorter than Chuck, and every word he said took into account the height disparity. This allowed for both a physical and a spiritual admiration. "Man, Chuck, you really played great today." Chuck looked down at him. "Thanks, Francis. I think that was the biggest game I've ever played." Francis chuckled, his soul patch rippling on his chin. "Haha, Chuck. It sure was." Fade to black.
There you go. You got it there. And we got it out of the way in one fell swoop.
Wow.
So then now it's done. This is what the show's all about. You just get it there and
Wow.
you put it out, and now no one ever has to hear it ever again. Yeah. It was a big game. You forgot about the dance.
It was the biggest game I ever played.
I forgot about the dance as well. Forgot how long that chapter with the
I
English
was-
teacher was as well.
You led me down a path of thinking the socks were gonna become
The
some.
socks were more an in-joke I had with some friends at the time.
I gotcha.
It was a very specific thing. Who were the only people who would get to read this? So that's for them and I to know about.
Keep your secrets.
Yeah, I'll keep the secret. So that's it. That's the last you need to hear of my teenage erotica. It's done. It's finished. It's in the ether
round
now.
of
It's gone.
applause.
Round of applause.
There you go. There you go. Isn't it funny? He was gay the whole time. Who would have seen it coming?
You got him.
Everything a 16-year-old boy finds funny. Surprise gayness. High school. Jocks. Saying, I cut some chunks out.
Do you, can you? I want those chunks.
No, you don't want those chunks. You don't want those chunks. There's other stories in there, but I'm literally about to change the permission so you can't read them. No, stop. Put your phone down, all right?
You serious? I can't.
You're not allowed to read. You're not allowed to read the rest of them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I thought this was all about just
not
fine, caring
but
about.
no one needs the.
I do.
Give me a second. Wait. No one needs.
All right, guys, this is a kissing
Stop.
tutorial.
All right,
This is
everyone's
my
suitably grossed out. Okay.
I know
How
you
do I
sworn
get
to
rid
seduce
of?
me.
How do I get rid of? There you go.
I have a Pride and Prejudice soundbite from that film.
Do you actually?
You have bewitched me.
Yeah, it
body
is.
and
Of course
soul.
it is.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god,
it's
it's
a
perfectly,
classic, yeah.
perfectly banging. All right, well look, okay, fine, it's over now.
I feel like I've met the high school you.
Yeah, that is what I was. That what I thought was the funniest thing in the world as a teenager. It's true, it's true, and it was a wonderful outlet, and we shared everything.
So you would like read that to your friends?
Yeah, just to my friends. Yeah. That's it. It's a bit long for that. It's a bit long for that. It originally
Who gives
started.
a fuck how long a scene is?
Hey, who gives a fuck how long a scene is? That's exactly what this is about. Anyway, that's what this show's about. It's nice because I don't know when I'm talking or when it's a soundbite that's been snatched untimely from me. Yeah, that was good. That felt cathartic. Felt like years, much like
You can
Buck's
finally
years
move
of
on.
repression. I can finally move on from high
write
school
other
for
things.
Chuck Mellington's big game. Finally,
You've been perfecting it. All these years.
I haven't written anything since I was 16, just
Oh,
because I've
yeah.
been waiting for the perfect forum for that. And I feel like it's done. It's nice. It's nice that only I'd say 6 or 7 people get to hear that, and then it's just gone.
Oh God, I
gone.
can never share my old writing.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
feel
not-
again because it's a joke, it's easier.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was obsessed with being serious.
Okay.
And writing
That's
serious
interesting.
things.
Yeah.
It was a very different
I think
thing.
it's switched now. I think that's what's nice though about getting to go back and be like, oh, you actually put a lot of effort into that, which is arguably very sort of what makes it sort of lame and kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, you're like, no, this is you using your outlet. It's just yours is about poo poo pee pee and cum.
Yeah.
And that's fine. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with a little bit of poo poo pee pee and cum? I had to poop a lot today.
Tell us.
Oh,
I had to
Joe.
poop a lot today. To put
What do
in those
you?
plastic
How do you
things.
occupy yourself when you're on the toilet?
When I'm on the toilet?
Yeah.
Well, I stopped taking my phone to the toilet. Because, then I just, come on. I just enjoy one activity, you know what I mean?
You just put all your attention.
No, I just, if
Christ.
I okay, you know what's
Back
bad
in
if
the
you're
90s,
sitting on the...
not a phone
Yeah,
in
exactly,
sight,
not a phone in
just
sight.
feeling the beat.
You know what I've got on the toilet? Sudoku book.
Oh, that's
do you actually?
great.
I actually have one, yeah. It's
Ev and
my thing.
I have been playing Scrabble.
I've seen some of Ev's Scrabble. What was the one you sent me the other day?
Oh God. Oh, I scored big with Gaper. And it's just that's a powerful word. That really evokes so much.
I don't. That shouldn't have been allowed. Yeah, I like Scrabble. I like bananagrams. You guys fuck with bananagrams?
No.
Play bananagrams?
No.
Whoa, you like
I'm-
that? We
I'm
should do
out on that.
what? You're out on that. When are we gonna live stream a games night? Because now when we hang out, it has to be content. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I know you
No,
do
no,
understand.
I
this
don't.
right now.
I don't
it's
tell you
shooting.
anything.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's
no.
what's really bad is that I feel like I get so insecure about not having anything to talk about, and then when I start talking about it, being like, oh, this is boring. But you guys will come in and start speaking at me, and I'll be like, no, save it for the show. Save it. Don't say that. Don't say that. Come on now.
We finished the curse.
Oh, did you finish the curse? Did
We
you?
finished the curse.
How great is that ending?
It was. I felt all things
Yeah.
at one time. I felt sad and afraid and anxious and happy
Yeah.
and grossed out and everything.
Yeah.
All the feelings.
I know. I really. We won't ruin it for the 5 or 6 people listening in. That's not true. I gotta stop saying that. I gotta just act as if there's lots of people.
You have to watch your fucking language, though.
So good, so good. Did you like? I like my favorite thing about that last one is when what's the character's name? What's Benny Safdie's name in it? The director's name.
Dougie.
Dougie. When Dougie likes to the fireman, he's like, he says it
Yeah.
in exactly the
Yeah.
same way he talks about is it his wife who
Mhm.
dies? And
Yes.
he says he's like, when at the end he finally starts going, oh my God, that's my friend up there. That's like my friend right up. And he does it. It's like one of the best pieces of acting I've seen in years where he does it in exactly the same way he talks to that woman about his dead wife, where it's just like everything is disposable. Everything is, I loved it. I thought it was great.
My favorite character might have to be Cara, the artist.
Right, interesting. Yeah.
I thought she was just so, just the way she doesn't do much, but just she has this thing of like there's something going on.
I think it's
behind
just
that, you
nice.
know?
It's just nice having like all of these very complicated, sort of like laid performances in that. It's great.
Mhm.
And again, not needing to have any kind of set. It's just all on the actors. I loved it. I loved it. It's the best thing I've seen in ages. I'm glad you guys.
I agree with
I'm
that.
glad. Did you?
Like honestly, we were like, for me, it felt like on like Lynch levels. Of,
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Of how great I thought that was.
Yeah.
The finale was like definitely on a similar level to
Like
when
the
we
twin- you
finished
mean
the
like
return.
the return,
It was
yeah.
like just it was off the walls in
Yeah.
a way that I thought was quite fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
Like, you know, those shows, like, I don't know, every Disney Star Wars show, it feels like they're written with the audience expectations in mind.
Yeah.
And it's really contrived and annoying of like, oh, we're going to do this to get this reaction, and then Obi-Wan's going to say this. And you know what I mean? It's like
I hate it when Obi-Wan says
Lynch,
you know,
and I felt similarly about that, have a way of like playing with what you expect, but not purely in a contrived way, like, because it's true to what
I think
they're
anyone
trying
would say like who's like reading it for the first time, be like, oh well, like you haven't set up the precedent of a kind of magical element or a supernatural element, and then they'd actually go like, no, we have. It's in the entire show. Like it's in.
Well,
there.
that's like
that's what
it's perfect.
That's what
balanced.
it's about. That's why it works so
Yeah.
well. And I won't speak any more about it because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. There's been a lot of reading this week.
Well, there has been a lot
It's
of
a big
reading.
vibe switch, from the usual
Mm.
talking. But I want give me some feedback. Get in touch. Tell me what you think, please. What are you listening to? Return to Sensation. It's a program that occurs weekly.
What's Chuck gonna do next?
Chuck is done. We're finished. We're just gonna act like that never happened. We're gonna act like that never happened. I never want to read that story ever
That's not
again.
on the Substack.
It's not on. That's not on the Substack. That's not on the Substack. There's another story that's going to be on the Substack that I might read at the very end, but that's only a page. Because I'm just treating this as a reading episode now. This is the boring one. I'm sorry. If you listened in, this is the boring episode. As opposed to all the others, which are dynamic and explosive and full of music and joy. There's only one song, really, I want to play left. But it's like a long one. I kind of want to save it to play out on.
Have we got another theme for story time?
That was up to you guys.
Why?
Because I gave you water bottles.
Well, we came up with.
Give me something fucking dynamic.
We started
and
it by
interesting.
sexualizing water bottles.
Yeah, that was your fault.
That was a
It
collaboration.
was your fault. It was very childish.
It was a collaboration.
It was
of an
childish. It
idea.
felt, what we were just picking out idea. Would you rather suck?
no,
would
balls
you
in your
rather
court,
have?
Jim.
Would you rather have? What was the one that Weinberger always used to say to me, as if I hadn't? Would you rather have a vagina as your lips, or a dick as your nose?
I'm pretty sure that's a painting. I'm pretty sure that's a
Yeah,
couple of
probably.
That's a good one. What's your answer there?
Huh?
What's the answer to that?
Well, neither of them work, right?
Well, hang on. Is it?
No, we're not doing this
No,
again.
but is it
We're not
saying
doing
that,
this
like, it
again.
would
This is trite.
function?
It's trite. It's fucking hack content. It's not High School 4 Chuck Mellington's big game. They don't work. I would have the pussy lips as my mouth. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah? Because it looks a lot more like it. And
Yeah.
having a big flaccid penis as
Yeah.
your nose would be horrible. You'd be like moving your head around to look at stuff and it would be slapping you on the cheeks like some
Mhm.
fucking horror
Mhm.
show. Awful. So it's an easy one, okay? There's
Yeah,
not a would you
alright.
rather element, okay? This is a balance between an appreciation of beauty in the music and a expunging of work and content and art. If only it was a visual medium, then you could put funny pictures on screen.
We should do that.
We're gonna get on it. It's fine, but we've just been so busy
You wanna start-
recently.
but would you stream it like on YouTube?
Yeah,
or Twitch?
sure. Not on Twitch. I have no interest in that. I have no interest in that
Because?
audience because it's just not. I just not.
That
media, I don't
audience is
consume anything on it.
It's not just.
It's not a platform I use.
Like I know it was mostly like edgy gamer.
I don't
want to
hear.
It's not.
No,
There's
it's
lots.
no.
these
I know
days.
there's lots of things, but it's like it's not a platform I use. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
come
people
on.
could give us their free Amazon Prime.
Yes, people could give us free Amazon Prime. It would be very fun, but I don't know. I don't know how to use it, and I'd have to learn how to use it. And
It's
I'm boring and lazy. And the
okay,
secret is
this
deep down,
is-
I want no stakes. I don't want anyone
There's
to
not
actually listen to this. As
learning.
much. Do you know
Yeah.
we've done? This is our 7th episode of this, and each one of these is like 3 hours long. That's a lot of content. No, I'm not saying necessarily good content. I'm just saying it's a chunk Okay, I mean, we've been committed to this. This has been a period of time that's been allotted. I've been missing every Thursday on purpose. No one can lock me down.
May I say though?
Yes.
And not to start talking about what the show is about, I'm starting to feel the effects in my outside show life. The positive effects.
The positive effects.
The gears.
Yeah,
are turning.
Yeah.
I'm more
I'm
productive.
also feeling
You're feeling.
It's easier for me to be productive on
If
things.
that is the only thing that this does, then that's worth it. Right?
Right.
So I don't care if you like it. I don't give a shit. I was thinking about this with Lynch dying the other week as well. I'm just done. I'm done. If you don't, this is the bonus plus extra super fan member James Charalambides show. That's what this is. There is the stuff that I will outwardly show that you can see.
This
and you
is
can
for
go,
James freaks.
Wow. It's only for James freaks. It's not for anyone else.
Not for the heads.
Because I'm trying to convince myself that I'm a James freak. I want to be a James freak. I want to be a James freak. I want to believe in myself. And I want to have faith that there's some merit and entertainment. Not even entertainment. It doesn't even need to be entertainment. It just needs to be... I'm doing it again. Some merit. Some presence. I'm hanging out with everyone. Everyone in the world is my friend. Right?
Right.
Choice words. Guess where they're from? Jim Jones.
I thought it was going to be
Jim Jones. Jim Jones's father's tombstone.
Wow.
It's one of the most depressing tombstones ever. It's what it said on Jim Jones's father's tombstone. Everyone in the world is my friend.
Did you watch? Sorry, tangent. Did you watch that Netflix show Haunting of Jonestown, where they ghost hunters go to Jonestown and like, oh, there's spirits here?
No, I mean there's probably lots of spirits there. Did I tell you I thought I saw a ghost in the cellar at work?
Oh, tell now.
No, this was.
Kaylee's a ghost.
I love ghost stories.
Have you seen any ghosts?
I think they're stupid.
I've
and
tried
fun.
really hard, but
well, this is the thing: is that like I see whenever you're down there, it's like a very old pub cellar, and I spend a lot of time down there. And I've got my respirator breathing mask now, which is good because you got to do that because I don't think it was helping anything with all that black mold. And you see stuff out the corner of your eye. Everyone says it's haunted, and you just see stuff, and that's it. But I had a moment where I really did see like a person shape thing for like a thing, and it wasn't just when I moved my head. It was like an actual. I saw something move like my height. And the crazy thing was that there's still not a single part of me that believes that there was anything there. Does that make sense?
That's kind of the fun
I think
of
I
it.
would go.
But that was what
for
was
that
it. I was
too,
just like none of me was like, oh,
it's
there's
still just like my senses are a bit off. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 working overtime.
I think that's
You know
fun
what I
though
mean?
to have
Yeah.
senses that work overtime.
Yeah,
To
like
just
this,
make up a little
shit,
story.
I wish I had
There's
the song
there's just a
downloaded
little
and I could
guy.
play it. No, that was it, right? Yeah. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yes, no, all of the above. I had a very similar thing. Well, not a similar thing. I'm just. It was sleep paralysis, but.
Whoa.
We would just hear, like noises in our apartment because our apartment was fucking old. When I was an undergrad.
That's but you had sleep paralysis. Was there like a?
Yeah, I've never had sleep paralysis since then, though.
Whoa.
But I essentially felt
Didn't you say
something
the
touch
next
my
person
foot.
that
But
went
the
in that
next
bed?
person apparently also felt something.
Whoa.
Which I thought was kind of funny, but I
this
again
in
I think
Baltimore?
it's in Baltimore, and I think it's just that fun communal word of mouth thing where it doesn't mean anything,
Yeah,
and it's kind of
like,
silly and fun to just be like, yeah, I saw a ghost, and it's just like a communal little story that doesn't really mean anything.
It doesn't have to. I just feel like
No.
it's also certain places have vibes.
Oh yeah, some
Total
places are
vibes.
fucked.
And that
Some-
that cellar is just
yeah.
fucking creepy. Yeah.
Like some places are objectively fucked.
You know what's bad is that now I got like the CCTV access on my phone. So at night I can watch it like I'm playing fucking Five Nights at Freddy's in real life. It's just like an empty pub and you're just like, is that gonna someone's gonna move down there? No, it's nothing.
I liked when we shot that promo and we saw the paparazzi arriving home and stuff.
Oh, don't go. I can't. Oh, this show's not live. Yeah. It's cool. It's an interesting spot. But we got to keep these things deal. You know what I mean? Can't
Okay.
let the real life bleed into this show, unless it's my fucking stomach bleeding
Right.
into this show. Unless it's a stomach ulcer. Man. Stomach ulcer at 25 would be brutal. I don't want that. That's just not. It would be on brand, as we found out because Kaylee's been gambling on it, apparently, on my wellness. But at 25, just... I should be a sports star.
What sport would you do?
Come on.
Wrestling.
Yeah. I also, part of the reason that I'm so down and out this month is because I did make a very silly purchase, which was every single WrestleMania on VHS in a commemorative, from 1 to 15 in a commemorative box.
Okay, that is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's also like it's like a one-of-a-kind item. You're not gonna get it again.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not gonna lie. It's just a nice.
Well,
little
I saw it and I was like, "There's no way I'm not getting this." But
Yeah.
then it's also like, no, I'm just fucking eating sardines and paying for it, waiting for tomorrow to come, and the worst part of it is that I can't even take solace in the tapes yet because my video head is dirty and I can't afford the fucking isopropyl alcohol I need to clean it. So I'm just sitting there looking at my deconstructed VHS tape and my amazing WWF box set with all of these great videos in it that I spent all this fucking money on that I should have been saving, that I wouldn't have needed.
How much was the box set?
It wasn't much. It was under 100.
Okay.
It was under 100.
Okay.
It's a one-of-a-kind piece.
I get that.
So it was like, I was like, it's under 100. I can get myself something nice. And then it was also like, yes, you fucking idiot, but you also had to buy a car insurance policy and pay the fine for those police officers who said that they didn't know if it was going to happen or not, but I needed to get a policy. And I thought they were going to let me off. They waited a whole fucking month before serving me. And it just fucked me. It fucked me. Insurance, what a scam. What a scam car insurance is. Saying I needed it. It's ridiculous. If maintenance was affordable, you wouldn't need it.
Lucky I'm too anxious to drive.
Yeah. Hey, it's never stopped me.
Oh my god.
I think I'm never calmer than when I'm. That's not true. That's a total lie. I'm an angry man.
I get you rage out a little bit.
I do rage out a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Someone
healthy amount.
A friend of mine described being on a car ride like me, like being trapped inside my head, which is just
I
think it's because I talk to myself a lot.
I think you're a manic driver, but I also had a ton of fun because we were listening to Henri and you were just like absolutely swerving through the street.
When was this?
That's when we went to see.
Yeah. Okay, this all makes me sound dangerous, and I'm not dangerous.
No,
I'm not dangerous behind the wheel. I'm very safe. I don't drink and drive. I'm not crazy. I was worried when they pulled me over, it would be for something else I had in the car. So when he rolled down the window and was like, that makes it sound like open. I had something in my wallet in preparation for a big weekend. And he came up to the side of the window and I was just like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. He rolls it down and he was like, you're driving without insurance. And I was like, yeah.
I would have loved to.
I literally was like, yes.
I would have loved to have seen you act all casual as you roll down that window.
I was literally just like, yes, I am driving without insurance.
Officer.
Good evening. And to be fair, I was in an overlap. It was like my black box policy ran out. They cancelled it because they said I was on my phone while I was driving, which I wasn't. What was happening is that it says that I'm driving the moment the engine is turned on, but I kept turning my engine on in my driveway, then getting the music up, because the first thing I do when I get in the car is turn my engine on. And that was it. That was all they were logging, was phone usage. While I was stationary, which was outrageous, and breaking the speed limit 1 or 2 times. And that was it. They cancelled my whole policy. They did the thing. I was like, all right, I'll give it, I'm sure I'll be okay for a week without a policy while I get the money together. And then, a week becomes 2 weeks, and then you get stopped on your way back by the police. Yeah. So I just got to wait until tomorrow, and that's going to be good. And I can buy more tapes. Thank God. We're nearing the end of the program. I think we're going to end on a song, but I think this has been an interesting one. We go through a lot. You guys, can you give me something?
It's been fun. I think it's been
a topic.
It's been
I'm going to be writing
a topic.
The next one.
A topic.
Are we doing one too, or
do you do one as well? And we'll read each other's.
Topic.
Topics.
Yeah, give me a topic.
How? I can't just come up with things.
Well,
on
we
the
just did
spot.
water bottles last week. Give me something esoteric and funky. But this is the thing. This is why it's a case of we can all write one, but also like you want to set it for, you're going to give yourself a good one. Is that what I mean? You're going to be like, Oh, you should write. What is she like?
Let's do let's do some Napoleonic history.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. I don't want to write about that.
That's
Give
what
me
I'm
something
saying.
fucking funny. Dan, if you're listening, drop us something. Dan, can you give us something to?
I mean, the last thing was water bottles. It
Yeah,
can
all right.
literally
Well,
be
Dan,
anything.
if you're still there, if anyone's still there, Dan, Hilaire, Alex, Irini, Scarlett, just send. Give us a topic. We'll come up with something. We'll put it in the chat. We'll try and be a little bit more concise with it. There's not going to be any Chuck Mellington long things. I'm just glad we got that out. You know, and that's good. That's good. That's good. And then we'll be ready to go. I'd love to hear some of your pros as well, Daniel, especially you if you're listening. I've still got to proofread the one that you sent me, which I would also really like to read on air. But what do we got? What do we got before we finish?
Jamesy.
Hey, Jamesy. Hey, Jamesy.
Rock it, man. I know you will. We'll
Ah.
send all these pledges to the politicians, and then they'll do something about it.
I got this great song I heard today that I hadn't heard in ages that I want to finish on. There's no show next week. This program's called Return to Sensation. We covered that already. What's my name? James Charalambides. What's my Instagram? All right.
Savage.
Not even the one I teed you up
Follow
for.
me on
There
Instagram
you
at
go.
Sensation Boys.
At Sensation Boys. I would suggest you go on my website, sensationboys.com, and then there's no Chuck Mellington on there, but there will be this next story that I'm going to read. Kaylee, you know what the word plug means now. We can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Go on. Hit it up.
Every
Hit it
time.
up.
It's painful. You can find my Instagram at KayleeEford_studio or kalegallery.com.
Amazing. I also got a great suggestion from Dan just here that I really like. The premise is it's got to be a brief one, and we're going to keep it to a couple paragraphs, or it's got to be under a page. It's a fanfic about how you would play God and rule over the people.
Sounds good.
Utopian, dystopian, we like it. Dan, I like it. You've teed yourself up there. Anyone wants to
Sounds
write it
good.
in, we want some steaming hot takes. They can be anonymous. So really, truly, you got any bad ideas?
You
I'd like to
humans.
hear them too. Evelyn, anything you want to plug?
No.
Go watch Midas Man.
Do not stop. Stop associating me with
I'll
that.
I'll stop. Right.
If
I'm
you
going
want-
to
if
get
you want me
this
to do
last
editing,
song
then do
teed
that.
up. Nice. I want to get the last song teed up that I heard today for the first time in a while. But I'm also going to read this tedious one page that's going to go on my Substack. So I can assure myself that I exist. This is called I'm Sorry, John Merritt.
Are you bisexual? It's okay, no problem.
Say that.
That's fine.
No, I'm just comfortable with Patrick.
Okay, that's cool.
God damn it. I met John Merritt for a breakfast I couldn't afford. We were expecting, and with one of his own, he knew how expensive the coming years would be for us. He asked me, like he always did, what was getting me down, like how she'd asked me after boiling the kettle. I told him, as I always tell her, the truth, again and again, that I still feel the way that I did, that I knew they would both listen, like always, that I didn't know how long it would take to explain, but that really I did, because I'd done it before, infinite times under sweaty sheets, on the telephone with anyone who listened, here in the endless cafes with him, John Merritt. What happens after the little big bang? When it comes out screaming, then wraps its cosmic fingers around your thumb and stops, only to look up into your eyes and see two black holes. What happens when one John Merritt meets another? When he bumps into them at some future breakfast and discovers his endless variations and doubles, all tasked with the same mission. When you lose track of time because it is flat. When the lines in people's faces form predictable constellations, I drink you, I eat you, I'm allergic to you. Hey, baby. When you stop seeing days and nights and start seeing early and later works. A piece to send to John Merritt, one to show to her. They like it, but of course they do, and time is flat. He says it must be hard, like she does, to be orbited by love and not feel it, to suck it in and spit nothing out, to call others to a void you can't see because it is in the vacuum of your eyes. We finish our breakfast. The moon hangs outside in the clear sky. In 2 to 3 months, I will see you again, when the baby is out, when it already is, when time is flat.
If we do it again, I'm gonna freak out. If we do it again, I'm gonna freak out. If you do it again, I'm gonna freak out. So do it again. Do it again. Do it again.